Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Happy Saturday.
Hmm.
We are Hard Knock Dice. My name is Jonesy, your dungeon master for the evening, and these people surrounding me are your heroes and my best friends.
Yep.
Today, we're going to be continuing on our Across Eberron campaign, but before we do a couple of announcements, we have temporarily paused. I still have a dragon filter on Milo's camera. That's my bad. Give me just a second. I will fix that.
Sorry.
We have temporarily paused our Extra Life campaign. Jonesy, why would you do that? Because there are some people in Ukraine that need our help right now. If you do !charity in the chat, I currently have the International Medical Corps up, which is giving some medical care and mental health care to those in Ukraine right now being affected by the war that's going on there. So I have already donated some money to them on behalf of Hard Knock Dice. I hope you consider to do the same. Open up your wallet to a cause where people are in desperate need of help right now. Living in a crazy time, so go help people that need help. And that's all I gotta say. Other than that, I don't think I have any other announcements at the very moment, with the exception of Kaushik had a birthday, so recently on the 18th. Happy birthday, Kaushik / Brittany. As with that, you will get your birthday 20. So take that. It is usable until next year on your birthday. They do not stack, so you have until next year to use it at this time. If we're still running the campaign, who knows? Maybe I'll kill you all this session. Anyways, so yeah. Other than that, I think that is it. Go give someone a hug. However, last we left off, our heroes continue their journey through the skies. Artyom flew via his mist and air elemental forms, first towards the Baishik Mountains and then to the Mror Holds to find trees suitable for teleportation. He ran into a blizzard that brought... Ooh, that's a tongue twister. He ran into a blizzard that brought blisteringly cold temperatures to the holds as he trudged on through the snow towards Krona Peak. The rest of the party, recovering from a run-in with a murderous squadron of manticores, continued their path to Moonwatch on their airship. Throughout their days, projects abound, with Milo artificing away on weapons and armor, Gandalwin working on a large project in the dining area, and Crowley picking up sewing, working on clothes for a ceramic doll that he found on the airship. They were also surprised by an odd drake insect hybrid that hatched from an egg that had been in Melgrim's pack. Throughout their evenings, they continue to be harried by something going bump in the night. Strange sounds, notes, and even a large pair of eyes seen by Kaushik. Gorham, through means of a detect evil, found a fiendish presence amongst the party itself, the focus of which seemed to be on Gandalwin, but trailed from other members of the party as well as certain objects. We pick back up at noon on day 5 of their 7-day journey. The group finishing up devising a plan for the night that is quickly approaching. So, crew, it is back on you. You were discussing your sleeping arrangements for the night to figure out what might be going on your airship. I know it's been a couple of weeks, so I'm just going to rehash some of the ideas that I remember. It was spoken about to get closer to shore and sleeping over shore, sleeping all together, or at least some people together. But a plan needs to be hatched, or not at all. Your choice.
Chaos.
What would you like to do?
If I recall correctly, I think the most recent iteration of the plan was that everybody, minus myself and Crowley, were gonna sleep down in the bunk bedroom, the crew quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Crowley were gonna, I don't know, either stay like on the deck or I guess in his giant fucking captain's quarters room.
Sure.
And just kind of monitor the situation and see what happened when everybody was together and then we were separate.
Okay.
Does that sound right? I think that's right.
Yeah, the very, very last iteration was talking about just taking turns, like, watching over Gandalwin throughout the night.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So that, yeah, nobody would be accruing exhaustion except myself, because I don't intend on sleeping.
Okay.
At least this first night.
All right.
Happens. Well,
It happened
not
again.
crazy, right?
It happened again. I heard it again.
It sounds like kind of like a cicada, but more long-winded.
Skype is giving us some tooting noise, chat. So if you hear that, it's not us. We promise.
Better.
It's
Somebody
Skype.
has some.
Somebody's having Skype is having tummy troubles today. We're just gonna go with that.
Anywho.
Okay.
Well. Where are we exactly on?
You're
to...
all still in Crowley's room. Gorham has just finished going around the party with his detect good and evil, which is starting to fade at this point as he followed the trail. From person to person and the objects that it was also traced to.
We've passed Vrolkek, right?
You have passed Vrolkek at this point.
Okay. If we go anywhere near the shore on the bright side, we'll be away from I guess a good bit past Vrolkek. But at the same time, we'll be between them if they happen to spot us, or if that balloon thing reported back to somebody in Vrolkek by any chance. I don't know. I don't know if we have any other option or any better options. I don't know if going over land will even really be helpful. Right? All right. Good talk.
Okay.
Do we have Gorm, you can like detect evil shit. Do you have any way to like ward the room that y'all will be sleeping in? To keep bad shit out? Or does anybody?
Don't think so. Let me rack my brain.
Understandable. What about you, Milo? You got any like gadgets?
Milo is actively looking through notes right now.
Good shit.
In character as well.
Right. Or even anything that would just like, warn us if something like moved nearby, if we could I guess we could just put up like some cans. They would like fall if somebody like hit them. Get the bucket, fill it with water, and put it on top of the door. Squoosh. Very, very loud.
Fucking everyone's like, we might have an infestation from the realm of madness. Gandolin's like, let's play pranks on it.
It is not prank. It is find the thing. There it is again. There is demon bug in this ship. What the fuck is that?
I don't hear anything.
I didn't hear it that time.
I know it's not me because my mic was muted that last time it happened.
I might be going insane. It's possible. I'm actually going crazy. Oh god.
There's some things I could do within a small radius, but I'd have to prepare materials that would not be ready until tomorrow.
Oh shit. Well, never mind. Well, because after tonight, do we only have one more day? Will tomorrow be our last day of travel, or will the day after that be the last day of travel?
You will have one full day of travel tomorrow, and you'll arrive about midday on day 7.
Okay, so we'll have one more night
before
we arrive.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, might as well, because we'll have, if we don't figure it out tonight, then we have one more night, I guess, to try to hammer this shit out before we're in Moonwatch.
I'll go ahead and draft everything up.
Dick.
In the meantime, if you're gonna be keeping an eye out, I can get the drone and my bird here to help you keep watch. If you want them in any particular place or just helping you.
I'd say probably we want to keep up. We just want to see where weird shit happens, because we'll have a pretty good separation. Y'all are going to be almost all the way on the bottom of the boat, and then myself and Crowley or whoever the fuck is with me at the time will be closer to the top. So if we're keeping a watch up there, if you could they keep an eye on things while you are sleeping in y'all's immediate area to see if anything happens when there's that big of a gap.
Sounds good to me.
I don't know. Erish.
Erish,
here.
Erish isn't in the room with you.
Oh shit. What about should we make like traps to see if it will trigger it and just capture it like with a net maybe? I don't know. If it is a physical entity at all.
Milo and I have tried setting traps already and it hasn't seemed to work.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I don't know, what about like magical traps?
Perhaps.
Hey Crowley. You made the
Yes.
paper that one time that it was supposed to like blow up. Can you do other things with that?
I do not currently have access to that spell as of now.
Oh. Never mind.
I was very put out after that failed.
Oh. I mean, they just I don't know. Alright, never mind then. I don't know. I guess maybe you can try to like if we see it, you can try to like snatch it with your little bubble thing.
It is a possibility, yes, and it is a rather wide range. At the best,
Fucking yoink its shit, you know?
at best, we'll keep it contained with ourselves.
Alright, well hell, I guess we'll do what little preparation we can and handle it tonight. Like, it doesn't really seem to do much during the day. Alright. Break. Good job.
You guys break from Crowley's room, heading out amongst the day. Is there anything anybody would like to do for the day before we get to night? You guys are at about noon, so you have some time for this day.
I believe Milo's time is already accounted for.
Okay.
Crowley's probably going to nap early so that he can be up. Actually, we haven't even decided what times we're going to go to stand watch over Gandalin. So he's going to go discuss this with Gorham, and I think Melgrim also volunteered.
Aye.
So what order would you gentlemen like to watch over Gandalin tonight?
Doesn't matter to me. I could go first or second or last.
I can go to bed early and I can take the last part of the shift, or I can be up. I would generally prefer to be wherever it happens the most, and that seems to be somewhere between 3 to morning.
Okay, I'll take first shift then.
Alright, that works for me.
Or
Okay. Any plans for the day, guys?
I want to talk to Erish.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever he's doing. Like, probably almost immediately after we break from Crowley's room, we could go find Erish.
Yeah, you find him. He's down the hall right now, or he's actually down in the kitchen because it's lunchtime, so he's whipping up something for the crew right now.
Sick. Like, hey, Erish.
Yes, sir. How can I help?
Hey, you know how you made that candle that fucking exploded? It kind of did real good. Do you have anything that could do more of a like containing magic? It's so kind of like you had the trap that exploded when Mop first got on the boat. Could you do something like that that would capture the target instead? If they disturbed the candle.
Not a candle per se. We may be able to make like a net or something.
We're looking through. I didn't know because we have tried for physical means of capture of our evening, nighttime guest. To see if we had any like magical means of capture.
Nighttime guests.
Oh yeah, we've had people have been like fucking with like something's been fucking with people. We're trying to figure it out.
Understood.
Aside from your visitation from possibly, but probably not Artyom, have you had anything else bother you out of by any chance?
No, that was it. I haven't.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Keep an eye out.
Of course.
Well, speaking of, wait, nobody told you. You should probably, like, you and Mup should sleep in the crew quarters tonight.
All right. Yes,
If you're
shouldn't be a
Mup,
problem.
Mup slept there last night. He had like he thought he saw something really scary. So you should sleep down there too, just in case.
So this has happened to more than just Mop and
Yes.
myself then.
Except not quite as scary apparently for other people. It's been like weird stuff, like somebody put a note under the toilet door when the other night when Gorm was in there. Like something was like snorting, snuffling around Koshik the other night, and something was skittering around like Milo's door. So we're figuring it out. Very good detectives and stuff. Yep.
Understood. Well, we'll definitely then sleep. I will get the crew chambers more ready than it is currently for the guest who is not going to be sleeping there.
Me.
Just you.
Correct.
Okay.
I think everybody else is gonna be kind of rotating, kind of like keeping an eye on shit.
Understood then. Very well.
Yep. Weirdly enough, Nilbo just didn't seem phased at all that all of us were sleeping down there this morning. He just kind of like walked right past, went up, you know.
I don't think
That's his
he's
normal
very
business.
aware in the morning when he wakes up, he drinks at least 6 cups of coffee before he hops on the wheel,
fuck.
so
That sounds terrible for your stomach.
he seems to do all right with it.
I've heard there's like it could be very acidic. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of weird. He was just kind of like, you know, rubbing one hand in his eye and just walked right past like 3 rows of people sleeping. It was very strange.
When you were gone for 3 weeks, that was pretty much the case.
Holy shit.
Every time. I think for the
That's a little concerning.
first hour that he's awake, he's actually sleepwalking.
He's flying the ship like that?
No, as I
Oh,
said, 6 cup of coffees
Oh.
before he touches the wheel.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. That's not nearly as concerning if he's not flying the boat like that. That would be much worse. Well, yeah, sleep in the crew quarters tonight.
Of course.
And thank you. This smells awesome, by the way. I will talk to you later.
Lunch should be ready shortly.
Fuck yeah, I will leave.
Not sure what this is, but I will do it back, I suppose.
Yes.
It's a traditional Karnatha goodbye.
Oh yeah, totally.
Very
Little
well.
Finger guns.
Finger what?
I don't know what the gun is. It just was what somebody called it when I was a kid. I don't know. Never really asked questions about it. Just kind of went with it. You know, as you do.
Right then, back to cooking.
Yep.
Okay.
Aside from talking to him, I'm gonna, even with everything going on, I'm gonna work on my painting for a little bit.
Okay. It's been the needed 2 hours coming together very nicely, nearly done.
Fantastic.
For the rest of the group, is there anything you would like to do during the day?
I'm just gonna be spending most of my day with Mop, making sure he's good.
Okay.
I know he was very scared last night, so I just wanted to make sure he spends his day in a little bit better spirits.
Mop seems to have recovered fairly quickly, or at least from what you're seeing when you go. You can't find him at first. You're looking around the ship, and then you walk up on the deck, and you see him and Bill hanging out, and you see Mop like reaching back into his cheek and pulling out some red candy-looking like substance and feeding it to Bill, and they just seem to be sitting there talking, or Bill's doing most of the talking.
Ew.
He like reaches into Bill's mouth, brings the candy back out, sticks it back in his mouth. They're vibing.
It got worse somehow.
Oh my god.
I'll just keep an eye on him for the day.
Seems to be okay.
Okay, good.
What the fuck?
You can see at one point they both get a rather devious look on each other's face, and Bill nods his head towards the stern of the ship where Nilbo is, and see Mop get low to the ground, and he gets to like the edge of the flowers, and then he sees you looking at him, and it's just a tactical retreat at that point. He just slowly backs up back into the flowers.
I will try to make it known to him that I actively turn away. And I am no longer looking.
All right. Something happens to Nilbo.
Oh gosh, I wonder what could have happened.
That's crazy. You get sticky candy right in the pocket.
We'll see. Mop would never waste candy like that. However, yeah, he seems to have recovered fairly quickly from it. It's just hanging out being mischievous with Bill for most of the day.
Wonderful. Good to hear, good to hear.
All right. At some point, Malcolm's gonna go to Milo's workshop, if that's where he's at.
Okay.
Till he gets that armor fixed, that's where he's gonna be.
Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Milo, can I come in for a second?
Yeah, come in.
It's like probably very carefully screwing something in one corner.
Finishing touches. What's up?
Not much. I just wanted to thank you for what you're doing with my my father's weapon. I was kind of cross with you. Well, maybe not cross. I feel like I was a little cross with you the other day. And I don't know if this will help, but I wanted to express my gratitude because this being my father's weapon, yeah, it was very hard for me to give it up. The sword has been nice, yes, but when I died for a while there, I felt weak and not worthy, not deserving of wielding my father's axe. I think I pushed myself a little bit beyond my own means. Seeing you sick in that portal, that place where we were. You were very sick. I was very worried about you. And yeah, you're sick to the point of it reminding me of my own son when he was very little. He had a sickness and barely survived it. So I needed to do everything I could in my power to make sure that you would be all right.
Here, take a seat.
He says as he's pouring an extra cup of coffee and gestures towards one of the very, very simple chairs in the workshop.
Obviously, I appreciate your thanks, and I don't think you have anything to apologize for, but answer a question for me. Do you
Sure.
think your father, your ancestors, any of them, would think that giving your life in an attempt to help your friends is a symbol of weakness?
Finishes filling the cup and hands it over to you. Starts pouring one for himself.
Kind of rubs his hands together and... no, actually, they would probably marvel at the strength of it.
Look at it like this. Physical strength, skeleton arms, these kinds of things are, don't get me wrong, they can be impressive feats, but with enough time and resources, I could make a machine that'll do the same thing. But the passion to actually put yourself in harm's way and to push yourself beyond your limits is something a machine can't do. That's not anything to feel bad about, not anything to feel weak about.
I think since then I've kind of come to terms with that, and yeah. But anyways, for when you actually do the transferring from the sword to the axe, I don't know how long that'll be or how long that'll take, but I'd like to be there because, as I said, this was my father's weapon, and something about just memories of it when I was a wee little dwarf seemed magical in his hands when he would strike things down.
I will definitely come and get you before we, make any changes. All right?
Aye. And just gonna kind of go in for a hug.
Yeah, I'll lean in and give him a full-on hug.
Yeah, come here. Come on.
All right, yeah, I'll let you get back to your work. You're busy.
No, since you're here, if you could hold some things for me.
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
I don't
Alright, so
understand
hold
any of
these.
this, but it's very fascinating.
No, that's fine. I just need your muscles. Here, hold this
Okay.
right here. Don't let it move.
takes out a hammer.
Awesome. All right. Anyone else for the day?
Quick question. I actually can't remember. I'd have to go back and scroll up.
Mhm.
Was it the end of today? Like, did he? Because I know you said it was gonna be like a full day thing for the weapon and the solution.
For the weapon, it's
Did I
3
start-
full days. It's going to be when you get to Moonwatch.
Okay, that's what I couldn't remember. All right.
Yep. Okay. No one has anything else. Then we'll fast forward to tonight.
Actually, one aside.
Okay.
DM. Nothing. Not any interaction, but just while I'm behind my little curtain and working on my painting, at one point I'm just gonna kind of stop with the paints in my hands. Just kind of take that my little pouch that has the slag from my parents' rings, just kind of bounce into my hand for a few seconds. Looking at that right hand side of the painting as I'm kind of finishing up on getting to on those last few stages and start to open the drawstring a little bit and then close it back and put it back on my belt and go back to what I was doing.
Okay.
Did I make it to the peak?
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Where did we get there?
I was just wondering if that was going to be that night or if it were going back or what the plan was.
You
That's
split
all.
the party. You deal with the consequences. We're going to tonight. The spooky town.
Oh boy. Oh,
Spooky town.
Okay.
you started this war.
God damn it. We fast forward to the night. Do you tell Nilblo to get closer to the shore or no?
Do we actually think we're gonna get anything out of it by being a little closer?
Who knows?
I say closer to shore, but not over the shore. Close enough that one of the sky foils could make it.
Okay.
To land.
Nilbo typically parks closer to the shore anyways in
Okay.
case anything goes awry at
Perfect.
night. So
Yep. Okay.
but he will drop it down a little bit closer. God damn you. He would drop the airship down closer. He'll get within, let's say, 300 feet of the shore.
Perfect.
So, sun sets. The last little oranges and reds of the day fade away. It's a nice night. No bad weather at the moment.
Fantastic.
What would you like to do?
As the group settles down for sleep, I'm gonna have the Kestrel keep an eye over us directly, and
Okay.
have the drone be patrolling around.
Okay. So the Kestrel just sort of flying over the airship in total.
The Kestrel will be in the chamber where we're all sleeping.
Okay.
The drone will patrol the halls and stuff.
Gotcha. Milo's voice modulator is getting in the way of me understanding him right now. So. Okay, so the homunculus, the drone patrolling the ship, going from level to level, just sort of in a pattern, and then the kestrel in the crew quarters with looking over everybody. Understood. Okay. So, what do sleeping arrangements look like as night comes? Where's Gandalf at?
Things been like going through the halls, so I'm just gonna hang out at the table.
The dining table?
Yep.
Okay.
Unless anybody has a better idea for any particular reason.
All right. Who is hanging out with Gandalf at the dining room table for first watch?
Mel.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna completely disarm myself.
Where are you putting the kukri up? And all your other weapons, for that matter. You have 70 billion of them.
I'm just empty all sheaths and stuff, and I'm gonna just lay them like all within, like wrapped in my jacket on my bed.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna take off the bracers.
Okay. Naked Gandalf. Sitting.
Can't do anything about the tattoos, but you know.
Okay. So Melgrim and Gandalf at the dining room table. Where is Crowley sleeping? Is Crowley sleeping in the crew quarters with everyone else, or is Crowley in his room?
Well, we're doing it in Crowley's room, right? Because we decided that was so.
I mean, doesn't make a difference. That's what I was asking. Like, I just kind of put myself in that central at the dining room table, unless we think there's any particular reason that we should be in a room. I guess if it makes a difference.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, then Crowley's going to sleep in his room.
Okay.
If we're going to be in a central area.
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah, that's right next to the dining room, the dining table. So, yes.
Okay.
Actually, I'm dumb. The whole reason, yeah, I'm gonna go sleep with the rest of the party. Not gonna, yeah.
Okay. And everybody else, just to make sure, Milo, Koshik, and Gorham sleeping down in the crew quarters with Mop, Arish, and Nilvo. All right. Very well.
Put the horses in there too. Fuck it.
Is Bill and Bursty being instructed to leave their top deck accommodations? Or are they hanging out up top?
Up top's probably fine.
Oh, shit. Let me go feed the little dragon thing.
Yeah, don't forget your dragon.
Bring some food to it sometime after the talk with Milo.
Okay. All right. And we'll assume Bursty and Bill gonna stay up top deck. Melgrim, you bring this little drake insect hybrid. Forget the actual name of it, and probably just call it the actual name would be easier. Yep, we'll get the name of it later probably, because I can't remember it off the top of my
Cricket
head.
dragon.
Melgrim just has to name it.
I think yeah. Oh, that's true too. And Melgrim does need to come up with a name. You place some bits of meat in front of it. It spits acid at the meat. It just, you see it starts dissolving the meat, and then just leans down and starts licking up the dissolved slurry. One little acidy burp, and then lays back down and goes to sleep. Being a baby's a hard life.
Pat it on the head. All right.
Make an animal handling check.
Uh-oh.
A little higher than I do in real life.
That's a good roll. 19 plus 6. So
Oh shit! Jesus Christ!
let's go.
As you 25.
25.
Right. As you take your pinky and just you sort of stroke down the drake, like the middle of the drake head, you see its back legs, very grasshopper, locust like cross and behind it, and you just hear like soft little cricket noises start to come out as you as you start to pet it.
Oh,
This is very creepy music for what should be a cute moment, but you guys are ADHD the squad. I kid.
Oh,
Okay. Ganwin and Melgrim hanging out, chilling at the dining room table. Everybody else down in the crew quarters. Right. Melgrim and Ganwin, give me a perception check.
you got it, boss. Big perceive. Hey, 8. 22.
$24.
Okay. You guys are sitting there after a while. Chilly breeze comes through the bottom of the boat. Kind of sourcelessly from behind the blanket that's hung up even. It circles the room a little
From
bit.
behind it? Oh, or he just goes behind it. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of fucking weird.
Aye.
You see the chandelier, or the not chandelier, candelabra, I think is the name of it, and the other torches in the hallway, sort of all dim at the same time.
Yup. Definitely haunted.
Well, I know nothing about ghosts. Do you?
Only stories. I can punch them, I think. Never tried, actually, so we'll find out.
Oh, all right.
Hey, man. Are you armed right now?
Yeah.
With the exception of a hand axe.
I was
I
like,
got a
do
hand
you
axe.
have any weapons right
These are weapons right here. What are you talking about?
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Good point. Good there. You just kind of snap whatever it is in half. That'll work. Do they keep flickering? Do they keep dimming, or did they just like dim a little bit and then stay dim?
Just the one time.
Okay, and did they stay dim or did they brighten back up?
It brightened back up after a couple of seconds. Just a
Strong start. It's right at the beginning.
Hmm.
Well,
Are you staying here, or are you gonna?
shit,
I don't know.
something happens.
there's
What
that
are you
noise
doing,
again.
ghost?
I heard that noise
I'm
again.
glad it's not just me. Like, it does
Yeah.
keep happening. Ah! We're actually haunted. Fucking Skype is haunted. Well,
Again, when you start to hear from behind the curtain where your painting is.
does Melgrim not hear this?
No.
Do you hear something right now?
No. What are you hearing?
Wait a second. And I'm just gonna kind of step around and just kind of twitch it just barely. I'm trying to do it really quietly. I'm gonna try to see if I can just barely twitch aside a little bit of the curtain and just peek back there
Okay.
without whatever it is noticing me.
Make a stealth check for me.
Okay. Would this be considered an advantage or no?
Yes, it would.
Son of a whore. 28.
28. Peek behind. You don't see anything.
Fuck. Shit.
And then you step behind the curtain.
I do.
Okay, no, and
fuck.
I'd like you to take your headset off for me.
Okay.
Melgrim, as you're standing there, Ganwin asks you to, if you hear that noise, he gets up, peeks behind the curtain, and then walks behind it. You don't see anything. And Ganwin stays back there. Sit there probably 15 seconds before nothing's happening.
Walk up to the curtain. Ganvin? Oh, hello?
There's no response.
Oh, Jesus. Praise the ancestors.
Make a perception check for me.
Ooh, I ain't seen shit. That's an 11.
Ganwin's not back there.
All right, I guess we're going looking for Gandolin.
Okay.
Fuck.
Where are you going?
I guess check every room. If Crowley's room was unlocked.
Okay.
Look in there for a second.
You look in Crowley's room. Empty.
Go through all the. Shit. You know, fucking, I'm gonna go down to the crew's quarters now.
Okay. All right. You make
Gandolin. Where the hell did you go? What? How did he just disappear behind that curtain? I didn't think it was magical. I'm gonna wake up Crowley.
Okay. Crowley, probably 30 minutes into you're probably just getting asleep. You get a shake from Melgrim.
Hey, sorry. So, Gandolin's missing. He went behind that curtain, and I haven't been able to find him since.
Crowley's just gonna like sit up. Show me.
All right. Go back up there.
Melgrim, you lead Crowley up the stairs twice, and Ganwin is sitting at the dining room table.
And he just went behind this curtain and disappeared.
Yes. He wasn't.
Ganwin, you take a
am I
peek
going
behind the
crazy?
curtain. Nothing's there. You turn around. Melgrim's not at the table. And just take a seat. You hear him coming up the stairs now, and you see Crowley and Melgrim coming up the stairs.
Oh. Hey, where'd you go? Is that not Crowley's turn
You-
yet? What?
You disappeared behind that curtain. I looked.
I mean, I was like, I peeked behind it for like 3 seconds.
No.
Sure.
I looked behind there and you weren't there.
What?
Exactly what I'm telling you.
I
don't know.
literally stood up. I walked like real quiet because I heard the
Mhm.
noise.
Mhm.
I did this little thing, and then I turned around and you were gone.
And that is not what happened from my perspective.
Let's recreate the situation then, shall we? If you don't mind.
Okay.
I mean, okay. I don't know.
Where were you sitting? Melgrim?
Right here.
Okay.
Right here.
And then what happened?
I heard like a like boom, boom, boom behind the curtain.
All right, then show me what you did.
And then I stood up, and I do like my little like real soft like stealthy walk over to the curtain. I kind of very slowly twitch it to the side and peek behind like I did previously. And then presumably let go and pull my head back. And that's it.
And then I remember you asking me if I heard a noise. I did not. You took a peek behind the curtain, went behind there,
Mm-hmm.
and disappeared. About a minute goes by or whatever. I look behind there, try to look for you, and I can't find you.
You are incredibly stealthy, but you didn't go anywhere.
Nope. I did not. I was standing right there.
Crowley's going to just rub his hand over his mask in consideration. We are dealing with paranormal forces, so we shall say.
Oh yeah.
And we're all familiar with illusion magics. I would suggest that whoever's with Gandalf stay and move with him. Don't let him out of your eyesight again.
I didn't leave his line of sight. They was with right there.
Move with him, Melgrim. That's all I can suggest for now. If you want, I'll sleep up here and be nearby, but...
Oh, shit. Where's that coming from?
Milo, Koshik, and Gorham, as well as everyone, you are woken up to Mop screaming again. In the room with you, standing near a corner, Melgrim, Crowley, and Gandalf, you hear this top, or where you are, easily. You hear Mop scream.
Uh-oh.
Gandalf's
downstairs.
Yeah. I'm right behind Gandalf.
Okay.
That's not looking good.
You all run downstairs, crash into the door. The three that are down there right now, Mop is like backing into a corner and pointing up at the other corner. Couple of moments later, he's just sort of screaming at the moment. Can I get insight checks from the three of you? Not the three that were up top, the three that were down there with Mop.
Yes, sir. No. Oh. Bad?
I don't know what I add, but I rolled a 14.
Wisdom. If you're not proficient, then just wisdom.
Yeah, you either have a +5 or +9.
It's +5, so 19 total.
21.
+2 for 15.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's +9. I do have proficiency.
Okay.
Set.
You all saw true terror on Mop's face the night before. It's fresh in your memory. Mop is not currently scared, and as you sort of come to this realization as he's pointing in the corner, he just and the three of you burst into the room.
Mop, you fucking shit.
Can I get perception checks from everybody?
Oh shit, that's much better.
Is Mop the haunted one? That's okay.
14.
25.
18.
20. 24.
13.
I'm stupid. Sorry, mine's much higher. 16 + 9. For some reason, I did 16 plus
That
2.
is much higher. Yeah.
That is much higher. Nice.
Awesome. Some of you sooner than others. You see behind Mop a ghostly pale feminine figure with long sort of stringy black hair hanging down in a white gown and very large white eyes, no nose to speak of, set in a face, and a mouth carved into a permanent smile with jagged teeth, no lips to speak of. As Mop is sitting there laughing, you see this fade from the shadows behind Mop And then it grabs Mop's shoulders and pulls him down into the deck of the ship.
Oh shit!
And he disappears into dust.
Crowley's gonna already start moving to the
No.
below, if it's or whichever way it was going down or up.
It
you
went
say
into the
dust?
deck of the ship.
Okay,
Yes.
so he's going down.
Uh-oh, yeah.
Like,
Fucking out the door to the next area below.
I'm immediately checking where Mop was sleeping to see if that was an illusion of Mop or if it was actually Mop that just got dusted.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Fuck, I rolled a 6. Plus investigation plus 0, so 6.
Okay. You toss his covers. You look under the cot that he was sleeping. Mop is not there.
we're not on the bottom. There is something under us, right? It's not just bottom of the ship.
That is the bottom. You are at the bottom of the ship. This is the bottom of the ship.
Oh,
So
fuck.
this is under us is just air, right?
Correct.
Milo will start running towards the surface, and while praying that his suit of armor is completed enough for this,
Activate summon protocol.
call his armor to him while he's running up to the top.
I want to go down into one of the turrets, whatever turret is closest, because I know that's like clear. Just fucking diving into one of them and looking around underneath the ship.
Okay.
Crowley's going to move whichever window he knows on the ship's big enough for him to just jump out. Loot with him.
Okay. There's that noise again. That's weird.
I'm going to cast Detect Evil and Good again.
Okay.
Nice.
Anybody else
Bye.
doing anything?
I am going to rage and try to go through a window out the ship,
Okay.
following, essentially following Crowley, like, and then
right.
hopefully it's dark enough for me to bend.
Yeah, I mean it's the middle of the night. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So what is Gandalf doing?
Like I said, just fucking getting through
To the
one of the
turret.
hatches to look in whatever's closest. to
Okay.
Look around.
Milo, your armor is down here with you. Did you lock your shop door, and are you going to unlock it before you summon it? Or are you
Well,
just
no.
gonna summon it as you're running towards the top? Okay.
Yeah, he just summoned it as it's running towards the top.
It's going. That door has 5 hit points. Those that are running as Milo, you're running upstairs. Not a couple of seconds later, some splintered wood out from behind your shop as your suit of armor is flying up behind you. You get to about mid deck before it catches up with you and just envelops you in your armor. You take off up top. Crowley and Melgrim, you run the closest. There are no windows downstairs. There's the crank door. The largest window that you know that you might be able to get out of would be in the rooms, and you'd have to open them up, which is the floor above you. Or you can go out the crank door on this level, which you would have to open up. Again, you guys are about 300 feet in the air.
Right. And we don't we don't currently know how the teleportation ring works yet, do we?
Yeah. It's not gonna be super hard. Crowley would for
you
sure
above
know how the
water.
magics work. Yeah, you are above water. You will go to water instantly. You will instantly teleport into water.
All right, then I'm gonna just go down into my room.
Okay, closest bedroom you guys get to. Crowley, is that the same path for you?
Yeah.
Okay, both out of the window, out into the open night, and I assume strumming a cord on there so that you will fly, and then bringing out the cloak of the bats so you're also flying. Or are you going for the highest free dive of all time?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. As soon as we get out, I'm going to whistle and point for Melgrim to check one way, and I'm going to go the other, so we can just around the ship.
Okay. Gorham, you sit there and you sort of put your hands together, blink your eyes, your sort of soft white glow from your eyes as you cast Detect Good and Evil. You take a look around, and that trail that you were following and sort of that presence in the room is blinding white hot. In the trail is sort of like blinding white hot in the corner of the room, and it's slowly sort of dissipating. from that area. It was definitely there. It is no longer. What's the radius of your spell?
30 feet, I believe.
30 feet. That's about all you detect right now. It seems it went through the floor. That's where it was, and you don't have a trail right now. You'll have to move around. Where are you going to?
Where is the crank door?
The crank door is right there beside you, pretty much out of the crew quarters and to your right.
Can I like walk over there, open it up, and like look around outside, sort of?
Sure. Yeah, you open it up. Give me a perception check.
Oh.
I'll give you a perception check with your what's your spellcasting mod with your charisma bonus. So give me a perception charisma check, since you're sort of using your spell to guide your perception here.
Uh, 13.
13. Okay. You don't see too much using the spell from this direction. You know it fades after a certain distance right here. The ship is far too large for the radius. You'll have to reposition yourself. What you do see pretty easily is your brother and Crowley through a window right above you, about 10 or 15 feet, flying up and around the ship.
DM, do I see anything at all down below in the turret since it's clear?
Right. You hop down. Sorry, there's 7. I'm trying to
you're
get
good,
to all of
you're
you.
good. You're
You
fine.
crash into the turret, and where are you looking? What are you looking at?
I guess in what would have been directly underneath the crew
The
quarters,
room?
starting out just doing a just spin.
You spin it to where? Give me a quick perception check, just to sort of eye where the crew's quarters would be.
16.
16.
Me.
You look over in that direction, and you see just the faintest bit of dust, and that's it. You don't see any
appear to
mob.
be going anywhere.
No, it just appears to like something flew through the boards of the ship. It doesn't look sentient, doesn't look to be moving with purpose. It looks like disturbed dust.
Shit.
Crowley and Melgrim, can I get Crowley, Melgrim, and Milo, can I get perception checks from the 3 of you? What is Kaushik doing after you rummage through his bed, making sure it's not an illusion? Your party has dispersed out of the room. What are you doing from here?
I don't recall. Did Crowley take the mirror of Gandolin's?
I did do think last time he was holding on to it, right? I'm not mistaken in that. Crowley was holding on
That
to
is
the mirror.
true. Yep.
Fuck. Okay. I'm just gonna keep searching the room, I guess, for Mop, or just, like, literally search anywhere I can find on the ship. I'll go in and out of rooms
Okay.
looking for him.
All right, give me an investigation check.
Okay. That's not gonna be good. I rolled a 3. Yeah, good old 3.
3. Kaushik, just in a moment of panic and terror as you tear this crew quarters apart, ripping all the linens and stuff off of beds, looking under beds, looking in the rafters where Mop originally was. You go and look in the corner, sort of like clawing the dust out of the corner. It looks like nothing was even disturbed here. And you start heading up to the 2nd floor. What were those perception checks from my 3 flyers?
16.
I was going to clarify that as he was just falling past the ship to try and get lower, he would cast see invisibility.
Okay.
Just to have that going ASAP.
Okay.
So
you're going down below the ship?
Yeah.
That's a important clarifying question. Milo's going down below the ship. You guys are coordinated enough to where you see this happen. Milo going down below. Where is Crowley and Melgrim going?
I thought we were going to check the other sides of the ship, each side of the ship, and just work our way out.
Okay. Just like I'm trying to get a position of where you are on the airship, because it's a large piece. So you're flying out of one of the 2nd floor windows. Or you're just going left and right around the whole of the ship?
Yeah.
So one of you going to the decks. What's the case here?
Yeah. I'm sure we're just going to move concentrically around and then just up and down from there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So 16 on your
Milo's
perception check, Milo.
22.
22. Okay. Melgrim.
23.
23. Crowley.
16.
Oh, that's where the 16 came from. Someone said 16. All right. 22. Milo, you straight down cast see invisibility's little arcane as your visor pops up over your head to reveal any sort of ethereal. What's the radius of that?
What's the what?
Radius of see invisibility?
1 moment and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Quick question, Dungeon Master. While
It-
he's looking that up,
it-
you go ahead.
I say it doesn't have a radius. It just allows you to see invisible and ethereal creatures as if they were visible.
Gotcha. So it's the range of your dark vision, which is 30 or 60?
60 feet.
60 feet? Okay.
Thank-
Right. Yeah. What's up, Ganwin?
I was just gonna ask to clarify.
Mhm.
So you said it pulled Mop through the floor, and
Right.
there was a bunch of dust. Did Mop turn to dust as he was
It looked
going
like
through the floor?
As he hit the floor, both the creature and Mop just turned into dust.
Okay, that's what I was. Yeah.
Okay. Milo, you fly down. You see Ganwin looking around in the area. You use your dark vision, just looking at the bottom of the boat towards the coast and the ocean itself. You don't see anything. Go ahead.
I would say, look around, don't see anything. Just gonna continue the dive.
Dive towards the ocean. Okay. All right. Crowley, you circle around the base of the ship, looking around. First, starting at the you and Milo, or you and Melgrim. Yeah, the second time I've done that this session. Going around in circles. Don't see anything on the outside of the ship itself. You go around and you see into the windows. You go around and you see through the top deck. You're not seeing anything. Melgrim, you're using the cloak of the bat, having to hold on with both hands at this point. You're flying around, passing Crowley. Nothing's on the deck. Nothing is second level. You don't see anything inside. You see Kaushik sort of frantically going through Mop's room at one point as she's searching through, not finding anything. And then that's when, through the wind, you hear screams of Mop. Above you. About 120 feet or so. 75 feet. I may have overestimated. As you look up and you see on one of the attachments to the ship's drive, you see Mop hanging there, sort of screaming. You see his feet dangling and just holding on.
We all hear the screaming.
No, just Melgrim at the moment.
He's up there. And I'll get Crowley's attention as well as Milo's attention. Hey, point him out.
All right, I'll fly up immediately.
Okay.
I'll have to like J hook and back up.
Yeah, you have flown under the ship. You hear just a bellow from Melgrim, probably lost on the wind, just running through your helmet at this point. But you hear Melgrim yell up top, sort of stop and keep your fly speed. Your fly speed right now is 60 feet, Crowley, right?
I believe so. Yeah, let me double check.
So, yeah, you'd get there. I'm pretty sure it is because it's as per the fly spell, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So it's 60 feet. You get there. I don't think we've ever really discussed what you flying with this loot looks like. If you would like to put that in my mind real quick.
I just strum a chord and then I immediately I don't just launch forward with a axe of righteousness in front of me, but Crowley will usually just strum it and then saddle it on his back and just hold on to it as he flies up.
Okay.
Just in case he needs to launch another spell or something like that.
Okay. You guys are on your way up to the top. Mappa's holding steady right now as you guys fly up to him, just sitting there sort of kicking his feet and screaming as he's sort of holding on to this balance beam. But you do look up as you're sort of getting up there, and his hands start to slip a little bit in his fingers as he's sitting there sort of screaming for help. What are you doing?
I'm gonna fly right up under him and scoop him up if I have to. If it looks like he's gonna fall, I'll cast a spell.
You grab him. He's held on, so he is currently safe. You go up there, scoop him up into your arm, hold on to him. He weighs all of like 20 pounds, so there is no need for any sort of checks on that. But you get there, and he's just sort of shaking.
Yeah, I'll grab him, Peter Pan, spin around, kick off the top, and fly back down to the, deck of the ship.
Milo, you're coming up, just wind racing in your helmet, and you straight past the ship. You see Crowley, mop in arm, coasting back to the deck of the ship.
Going to
Go ahead.
cut a circle around the airship to use the see invisibility radius to try and see if it's still around, whatever it was.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Is there anything anybody else would like to be doing? Go ahead. What's the number?
11.
11. Not finding anything.
I'm presuming I still don't know that Mop is safe, so I am just still tearing through rooms and shit.
I'll say while you're tearing through some of your rooms, you probably hear Melgrim bellow up top. He's not a loud person. He snores louder than most people talk, so he's got the constitution to let out a pretty mighty roar.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna start running towards the deck, I guess.
Okay. Run up to the deck. You see Crowley floating down, mop in arm. Melgrim floating down right there beside him. Milo just sort of out doing a perimeter search right now, looking around the deck of the ship. What's Gandalf doing?
I guess after I looked around, I didn't see anything, especially if I would have seen like Milo do a dive and then immediate about face and jerking up. I'd get up out of the turret and I guess head up that way to see whatever had got his attention.
Okay, I'll say Gorham and Gannon were probably the only ones that wouldn't have heard, just because you're so far below deck and amongst the winds. Wouldn't have heard Melgrim, but you guys eventually make your way to top deck as well. Sort of circled around Mop.
Just looking around.
All right, you're back on solid footing now, Mop. He's gonna put him down. If he lets go, if he's like holding on tight, they'll just let him stay there for a little bit longer.
You go to like set Mop down. You got him in kind of like a half arm hold, and you go to put him down. And Mop is surprisingly strong for his age. I rolled an 18 and a 19 on some strength checks right there for him holding on. So he has right now currently a death grip into Crowley's forearm that is not going anywhere, unless you pry him from yourself.
No, Crowley's. It's been a while, but he's familiar with these types of hooks. He'll just hold on to him for the time being.
He's just sort of sitting there shaking, not saying anything.
He will, like, with one arm, just unaffix his cloak and just wrap it around Mop, like kind of one shoulder.
Okay.
What did you see, Mop? Can you tell us what happened?
I see nothing. Whoosh. And I'm holding. This is just...
Come, let's go downstairs and get you something warm. Some hot chocolate, perhaps.
Okay.
Is Erish awake?
Yeah, Erish is awake at this point. She's probably helping Koshik look through the rooms as on the other side. As she's searching one side, he's searching the other.
Yeah, I assume there's like a bell on the ship because there's usually some sort of bell for like, times and whatnot. I'll just, get it rung so that everyone on board can hear it.
Okay. Nilbo, Erish, all of them up top deck. Oh, thank God. Right. Nilbo sleepwalks up to the top of the deck. His eyes are still closed.
God fucking damn it. I imagine we can see that you said Gorham's eyes glow when he's casting Detect Good and Evil.
I made that up. Gorham, if you feel like that is not
Is
appropriate.
is there a visual indicator?
That is perfectly fine.
Sure. Let me ask. Go. Can you see where it's at or where it went or anything?
It's a good point. At this point, Gorham, when you're atop deck, you do see a trail leading from Mop again, and you see the same strong presence in Gandolin that you saw before.
Well, looks at Gandolin. Looks at Mop. Well, the trail from Mop leads back to you, lad.
Shit. Cat.
I think you're haunted. The reason I can't get any sleep around here.
Seems that way.
It's a very real possibility that that incident happening to you earlier was just the start of it beginning.
Yeah. Hey, Crowley, where's that mirror right now?
It's in my room in my top drawer. Do you wish to... Do you need it?
I don't know, maybe.
Let's
Something followed me back out.
let's move together and go see about that mirror then. You know, with the mop still on his arm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to
Maybe-
make sure we're still streaming right now. Someone said they lost us, but I think we're good. I'm still up on our side.
Maybe Mop should go with Erish while we check out the potential problem.
Would that be all right with you, Mop?
You see Erish reluctantly pull something out of his pocket and sort of wrapped up. Mop like instantly latches onto Erish and like seamlessly without touching the ground pulls himself over there. Seems like he'll be fine with it. I'll take care of Mop again. You're not having a good time, are we, buddy? And he just sort of takes him downstairs.
Oh, there goes my cloak, but anyway. Pulls on his vest. Oh, right. Let's go.
The squad, this whole squad roll up to the to your room, I suppose.
Right. Nothing seems open. Everything's as I left it, very meticulously, I imagine. So yeah, I'll go and retrieve the mirror gently and said mirror.
While we're walking, I would like to approach Gandolin, like if I have to speed up my little walk or whatever, or if I have to slow down to match his little legs.
I was about to say, we're both short.
I'm not short. I'm 5'7". I'm gonna get within his range anyway and be like, Gandolin, what was that? Have you ever seen that thing before?
I have not. That's what I'm trying to find out. The visage of this thing did not appear familiar, like at all, like warped or otherwise, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I have no fucking idea. I thought that there's a lot of bad shit on the other side of that mirror. Maybe it followed me over. I don't know.
Kashik is just going to let out an exasperated sigh.
Yeah.
We have to get this figured out. We have to.
Yep.
We do.
We're in real danger now.
I mean, yeah. I wonder, why is it so fascinated with Mop?
Probably because he got scared.
Mop has a bit of mischievous streak to him. Perhaps that also pulled it. We couldn't say for certain.
Well,
But
everybody else has tried to find it.
Mm-hmm.
He got scared.
What was the scream earlier before he got pulled?
That was fucking Mop playing a prank, the little shit.
Well, maybe he'll learn not to play so many pranks in the future.
A little harsh.
It'll save his life, perhaps.
He's just a kid.
Kid on this airship needs to be careful.
Everyone in this
Anyway.
airship needs to be careful.
All right. But yes.
Is there the same? So I know Form is absent, but is there still the same like faint trail from the mirror leading away?
Yeah.
As there had been. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so nothing strong right now. Just
Correct.
Aside from-
Nothing any stronger. Probably at this point a bit weaker than it was.
Okay, so what I
From the
want to
mirror?
ask,
Shit.
yeah, I want to ask if Crowley would know what type of entity that was, like say a ghost or something, or a spirit being more inclined to that type of stuff. Could he make an Arcana check or whatever? Or
Yeah,
yes,
I'll give you
historically.
I'll give you a not an Arcana check. Give me either a history or a religion check.
An educated guess.
Big
An edge.
guess.
Well, let me actually look at this real quick and see what my religion / whatever is a religion, or what was it, history?
Religion or history, yeah.
Man, it doesn't matter what I roll, it's gonna be the same.
All right.
I don't know why I'm taking so long time. 23.
23. Based off of the visage, sort of going back through your mind, you cock your head to the side, thinking about what it's been doing, racking your brain. There are all sorts of stories of different types of ghosts and poltergeists and different types of things. You speak to spirits to assist you every day. But this isn't that. This isn't a spirit. Gorham's detect evil has told you that it is fiendish in nature. It seems that it is somewhere along the bounds of being a fiend and being some sort of specter. And you're not sure where it falls in that line. Typically when a fiend dies, it just goes to hell. Reforms. Right? It doesn't go to the afterlife. There are stories of some that do. Some filled with such obsession with the dead or with something else in life that they cling on to the in-between.
This is an odd question, but what would you give me for a paranormal-esque check to, like defenses, like something like the equivalent of, throwing salt around a person, like in a circle to ward off evil or stuff like that, like in terms of paranormal, protections one might possibly take to at least eliminate the idea that this could be something, one type of entity or another. I guess, you could quote Phasmophobia-esque-ish, like tests you can do to, like, occult methods he might be able to call upon in his studies.
Would you roll again? Your roll
23.
23. I think it's a pretty good roll. So, Matt, what would you think Crowley would know to do?
I think probably one of the most simple things he would call upon if we were just going by paranormal standards was probably surround the child with salt and make sure, like, when he's sleeping, he doesn't disturb the circle.
Okay.
But for this kind of violence, this kind of thing, it's definitely be good if, like, he was given some kind of protection, some kind of ward. I know religion doesn't play a big aspect in Eberron, but some kind of symbol of faith or something around the area as well that might ward off evil.
Okay.
Because obviously, it might not be the best, but combined it might do something, because, there was a paladin there and this thing still popped up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we shine a flashlight and see if it left handprints or...
Shine a candle.
UV light.
You turn on,
Get a book. See
you
if it
turn on
writes
the
in
crystal screen and you
I-
got to change to the in-between channels to see if you get
What
a
I-
message.
What I really wish I could do was, like, if I could get a crystal and have it replicate, like, those kind of things where, like, audio. You ask a question and see if it responds back.
Mhm.
That'd be really cool, but I don't think Crowley has anything like that on him. Either way, Crowley will inform the party of his thoughts on the matter. I believe this to be either a fiend of some sort or a specter. There are simple things we could perhaps do, but at least to eliminate the possibility of it messing with the child. And if it bypasses these methods, we can at least confirm that we were in far more danger than I thought.
Somebody needs to be keeping an eye on Mop.
What we can do is, if we have some salt, we can create a circle around him, protect him, in an attempt to ward off the evil. Salt has a terrifying essence to it. There is a possibility that it might stop it if it is simply a specter. Even a fiend to some degree. And secondly, I would recommend if there are any religious type, anything of faith you have that might be able to ward off Grant Hope. That is a possibility. Kind of looks over at Koshik. But right now, the only thing I can say for certain is we must encircle him with salt. Make sure that he doesn't move from that spot at all. Perhaps even ward the door with salt if we need be. If you know any scripture or warding runes, we can write that on the door. I can consult some texts, and I'll need some chalk. I'm actually out of that. But
Secondary question, Dungeon Master. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Matt. What was that? You said that the presence seemed to have faded a little bit from the mirror, like the trail.
Mm-hmm.
Had it faded from me at all?
No.
No. Okay. Good clarifying question. So, working with the thought that maybe it followed me from the mirror, if it's like attached, I might be able to see it if I go back through. Maybe it'll pull it with me.
that could be a very risky endeavor, Nolan.
Probably.
It might be trying to. What is it? There are accounts of things performing these mischievous pranks in order to pull something in some place where it has more control. If you encountered this in the mirror, this could be all at once too. Or you said there was an entity.
There were entities, yes. There's stuff over there. I didn't see this specifically.
It could be merely a lure.
Maybe.
I would ask if you're one more night, salt around perhaps Mop and you. I know it didn't go so well tonight, but there are still at least one more measure of protection we can try before we do something. I find this to be perhaps too drastic. You can do it if you wish, but I ask for one more night.
That thing could have dropped Mop just off the side of the fucking boat.
Yeah.
It could have.
I don't really know how that mirror works. Don't know if you do, Gundlin, but
nope.
Praise the ancestors. Is it possible that someone could go in with you to make sure?
No fucking idea.
I don't know.
It's a hand mirror, so you can't really like both hold it at the same time, but
you could hold hands.
I'm sure I don't doubt
Just-
there's anything that could prevent you from looking at it at the same time.
I don't know. I mean, if someone were to be able to, two people were to be able to go in,
There's also no guarantee that you'd be in the same place together.
right?
I have no idea. We don't know if it takes you the same place.
Yeah, I don't know. My thoughts
It
were,
might take you to your hall. I don't know.
oh, I don't know. My thoughts are if it is possible for two people to go in there, maybe easier for both to come back. I don't know.
Maybe if it's drawing them to the same place, we don't know yet. I was going to test it tomorrow with Gandalf looking on.
All right.
I definitely think we should wait until tomorrow, if nothing else, so that maybe we could have, magically speaking, been a little better prepared.
I agree.
But if we can't figure anything out between now and then, I think I should see if I can like force it back on that side. if I can find it, maybe I can just beat the shit out of it over there. I don't know. Maybe it can't hide as easily. I didn't try to attack anything last time I was there, so I don't know what difference it makes. Also, it's what time is it? Because this was still happened during the very first like couple hours of the night.
Right. It's probably 11:30 at this point.
So go ahead and put the salt around Mop and.
I will do. I would urge the rest of you to, if you plan on sleeping or wherever you plan on sleeping, take care of your business, and I will begin doing so. And I'm going to go see Erish about whatever large container bag of salt we got, and I'm going to start getting ready.
So much salt. It's about the. Well,
That's. I'm hoping we're in the crew quarters, so we're in a smaller esque area. If this had been Crowley's room, it'd been like.
Gotcha. Erish has plenty of salt, for you to use.
I'll just ask him for, say, 2 bags. Probably won't need both bags, but better safe than sorry. Because when I seal the circle, I intend for all of us to be inside.
Okay. So everybody getting back where? To the guest quarters? Encircling that area?
Yeah, except for probably better if Gandalf, since we know that this thing is, we should all stick together.
I think y'all should. I think y'all should stay in the thing. I'm gonna go back to the table. I can get it to come out. We'll see. I can fall a little better than Mop. I'll also yell really fucking loud.
It's for the
comes
best.
out again. We have to try to get this thing. Just avoiding it isn't gonna help.
So whenever
Unless
everyone...
the fewer targets it has to choose from, more likely it is to guarantee where it'll go.
Very well.
Before we all separate from Gandalf, I want to cast Death Ward on him.
This seems to happen a lot.
Instead of having the drone patrol, I'll just have it stick around near Gandalf.
Okay.
Also, with a regretful look at the lab door. We'll make
What
sure
lab door?
Right.
Exactly.
The armor will be staying with Milo in the inside the circle.
Okay.
Or do you want to be able to fix that door real quick?
What are the instructions for the drone?
It speaks common, so verbally notify Gandalf of any movement near him, like any other creature in the area. And if anything, if Gandalf shows any signs of real distress, or if anything eerie or magical seems to happen, it has a high intelligence and it knows what I know. So if anything out of place happens, to wake me up.
Okay.
In case of emergency, haste Gandalf. No, okay, that's fine. Fair enough.
This is the crew quarters.
That scope got broader and broader as you continued to talk. If he's in the room, or no, I'm just playing. But I got you. He will alert you if anything eerie happens, and we'll watch over Ganwyn and let Ganwyn know if he sees any movement.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, don't want it waking me up for every little rat that runs by, but we'll draw attention to Gandalf.
You do not have rats on this airship.
I just wanted to point out because I just foresaw
right.
Milo, wake up! There's a spider on the counter.
We got spiders either.
Okay. Anything else?
Once we get everybody all settled in, and specifically Mop settled into bed, just right near the foot of his sleeping area, I want to cast Guardian of Faith. Just to bodyguard him through the night.
That is big in this room, but You guys are like
But
squished
it's
up on the
spectral.
corners.
So it's
Okay.
okay. It doesn't actually occupy space. It occupies space, but it doesn't occupy space.
We'll let it fly. That's okay.
It occupies
not
bad guy
real.
space.
Exactly.
We'll let it fly.
Right.
Okay.
Evil space.
So, how big is this room again?
The crew quarters.
Yeah.
Trying to remember off the Tailspire thing. It is, I think it's about 25 feet long and about 15 feet wide, with like cots all along the walls.
All right. So as Mop's going to bed, Crowley's going to just start pouring a little wide enough circle so that no one will try and trip over it or anything. Just nice wide salt circle. And he looks for a moment as if considering like sealing this whole room for a second, but I don't think he has enough salt for that. I'm not sure. I'm sure Erish has plenty of salt.
Erish has plenty of salt to go around, so you could probably,
Fuck yeah.
you could get a nice 1-inch snow of dust in this room.
It's going to be very quick, as long as the trail is maintained.
Gotcha.
Crawley will look to the others and say, if you hear anything, do not break the circle. If you hear something, wake another. Do not break the circle. This is important. Even if they're standing right on the border, don't feel the urge to attack. They cannot approach you. They should not be able to approach you. Wake someone up. They will play tricks with you, and then he'll just start pouring while mumbling to himself as he goes around and basically seals the salt circle around the room.
Okay. Anything else before bed?
I kept the mirror, by the way.
Okay.
I have it with me sat at the table.
All right. Right. Everybody dozes off. An uneasy rest. Gandolin.
Yep.
Sitting there. You hear the creak of a floorboard behind you. You turn around. Nothing there. Another creak. Behind the painting once more. Or the drape for the painting. You're like looking towards the painting. And turn your eyes back, and perched on top of your lap,
Oh, fuck.
slender form, feet bare, don't end in toes or toenails, but instead black talons that dig into your legs.
Ow.
Slender, pale frame leading up, legs, humanoid, very like porcelain white skin, wearing a tattered gown of some type, feminine, human looking type figure with hair sort of seems to trail off, defying any sort of gravity or wind around it, sort of floating off into dust. Large, wide eyes with pupils taking up nearly the entire iris, and smile just permanently gouged onto the face, with just rows of sharp teeth. They perch there looking at you, and you sort of just looking at it. Hello, Gandalf. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Fuck me.
All right. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you guys for playing with me. I know we got started late today, but that's okay. We're going to get started back very soon. Don't worry about it. We're just going to take a quick bio and take care of some things. Don't go anywhere. We'll see how this ends. Much love.
Oh, fuck.
And hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's us. All of the same people that were just here a few minutes ago. If you are just now tuning in, If you do !charity in the chat, we have charity going up for International Medical Corps. I'm sorry, blanking on the name for a second. That's providing medical and mental health aid on the Ukrainian front. So go send a donation their way. About the story, there's not a whole lot going on right now. They have found out that there is some sort of fiendish specter presence amongst the crew, specifically within Gandalwin. They have been hunting it down, and they had a plan devised to where they were going to watch Gandalwin all night. That plan quickly went awry as Melgrim lost sight of Gandalwin just behind a sheet. He came back upstairs with Crowley in tow, and Gandalwin was sitting in the chair the entire time. The crew down below deck, as well as the three of them top deck, were instantly called to a room where Mop was sleeping, their little goblin buddy that has been forcibly adopted upon them. Mop snuck on their airship, so he's now there. Found them screaming and pointing up into the corner of the room. Mop started chuckling a bit, thinking that he had pulled one over on everybody before he himself was pulled into the floor of the ship. After a quick, frantic search, they found that Mop had been transported somehow to the top of the airship, holding on to one of the rungs high above. After a safe retrieval and some occult knowledge pulled from the depths of Crowley's mind, Crowley salted the room and sealed off the room from the type of spirit that this may be. Or so he hopes. He made sure that everybody knew not to break the circle. Gandalwin, however, stayed at the dining room table, staying up and out of the circle itself, since the party is fairly sure at this point that it's emanating from Gandalwin. When Gandalwin found himself alone in the room, there's that noise again.
I didn't hear it that time. Holy shit.
It's not coming from anyone, because I just looked at everyone's camera and it is not like no one's camera lit up. So that's weird. Anyways, as everyone went to bed,
maybe that means it's coming from you, Jones.
I looked at my camera too. My camera lights up for me as well. I couldn't tell you. However, Gandalwin found himself alone at the dining room table, or at least so he thought, as he heard creaks around him. And then, perched upon his lap, he felt claws digging into his legs, holding on. As he looked at his feet ending in black talons, gripping onto his legs, a feminine humanoid type body of a young woman in a tattered white gown with frizzy black hair that sort of floated, defying gravity and sort of ending in dust around her, with very large wide eyes and a mouth that seemed to be carved into the very face of this creature with rows and rows of sharp teeth. Her fingers wrap around your shoulders but do not end in fingernails. They instead end in just sharpened points of skin that encase your shoulder. As she looked you in the eyes, smiling, ever smiling, and said, "Hello, Gandalvin." And that's where we pan the camera to Artyom.
Oh, fuck.
Who's deep in the snow, trudging along the ways, ending a day's travel in your mist form, hitting the bottom of the mountain that holds Chrono Peak. It is still, Artyom, very, very cold here. And you have tauntaun skins, essentially. You have some caribou skins that you have used to block out some of the cold, but it is not really working. It is very cold out here. But you end your day's travel with the peak sort of in view. However, the tree line ends before you see it far up there. That's where it should be. This is the mountain. You can see some what look like structures, not natural, on top. But it is foggy and clouds. You're like getting close to the cloud line at this point, but in some breaks in the clouds and whatnot, you see some man-made structures, or rather dwarf-made structures up above you. But the tree line does end here where you're at currently, and you've landed. you're getting to the nighttime. You traveled some extra hours the night before to make sure you get here not in the dead of night, but you're getting late afternoon at this point, probably around 4 or 5 o'clock. What would you like to do?
All right. Yeah, I kind of want to approach the city and find a place not in a bubble to bed down for the night.
Okay.
Because it is cold.
All right. You keep trudging up to the top. I'm going to go ahead and have you make a Constitution saving throw in this cold and making your way to the top. Unless you would like to use some more resources to get there a little bit easier.
Yeah.
This is after using your mist form and your air elemental form to get to this point a little bit quicker, just for resources for the day.
Okay. Sure. So the air elemental form has run out?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. I think I prepared something to help me out for this. Hold on real quick. Let me see. I think I got a spell for myself here. Nope. I'll just go ahead and I'll use that other wild shape that I have to just shapeshift into a non-threatening creature, not like a dire wolf or anything. So maybe, like a nice hefty version of one of the elk that I killed to get their skin to begin with.
Okay, so like a caribou or like a moose.
Yeah, caribou or a moose or something like that.
Gotcha.
You say non-threatening?
Moose are
In the same
terrifying.
sentence as a moose, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with more caribou than moose. I'm not trying to be large or huge. I'll stay on the side of large or medium.
All right.
Some
Moose
sort
is
of
just
deer.
a dire deer.
Jesus Christ.
Not really. Oh, I guess kinda in a way. Anyway,
You trudge your way through the snow. I'm still going to ask for a Constitution saving throw. This won't apply to your form, but for your moose or deer form.
8 plus. I don't know what a deer has.
Plus 1, because I rolled a D4
Hey.
for it.
All right.
That's what you get. You make your way up. Your deer form just, it's tough. This is. Deer's got a rough life if he climbs this far. You're sympathizing right now. But climbing up to the top, you get to in view. You go past the cloud line. You sort of look past you, and you're above the clouds now, looking out across all of Corvair. You look back behind you, and you see all of Karnath. In between dotted clouds and whatnot, just out in front of you in the distance, towers in Karnath. It's beautiful. Turn back and you continue on up. You see imposing 50-foot stone walls around where the peak should be. And in between each of these intricately carved stone panels, 50 feet tall, are carved dwarven sentries that look out over the Mror Holds and Corvair itself, just holding watch. There's 12 of them around the peak itself. As you start to crest up towards, you see racing down below you up towards the peak itself, sort of on a winding path up the mountain that is carved out like a switchback path, a lightning rail coming to the top. Makes its way, and you see large stone gates the lightning rail has to stop at. Stone gates are opened for this. This looks like an entrance for a lightning rail enclosed. You continue on your path, eventually getting to like a large road going right beside where the lightning rail is. Actual dwarven sentries atop the gate itself, down at the bottom, standing watch at large stone doors. It's about all you can see from here. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of approach one of the dwarves slowly, just kind of as a casual deer stroll. And
you get several curious glances immediately. Fucking deer.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they within 65 feet of me?
65 feet. Let's see how close they.
Oh,
let
I'm
you
sorry,
get.
55 feet.
55 feet.
I can't math good.
Yeah, no, they let you get about 40 feet away before some questions really start entering their minds.
Whichever one was speaking first, I'll just kind of say in their head, yes, the deer are very cold deer. Can you open the gate?
Fucking the smart deer. He's talking in my head. And he sort of like
Yeah,
takes his halberd and places on a shield. Smart
I'm just
deer.
a druid. I'm just a druid. It's cold out here. My
Hey, no
my
shit.
skin's not very good against the cold. If you could help me out and get inside the gate where it's warm, I'd be most appreciative.
Show yourself.
Are you going to turn me away? Because I can't really do this again for the rest of the night.
I don't know. You sound like a Karanath.
Well, yeah, shit. Yeah, I'll drop for me like, hey, it's just me and my guy. My name is Artyom.
What's your business here?
I'm here to see a friend of mine. Well, and a relative of a friend of mine. Because I'm cold.
You're just shivering. They're not moving currently. There's about 4 of them now gathered around. They have like halberds and what would be considered a tower shield for a dwarf brought up, and some of them like holding their halberds with a sort of carved out portion of the shield, walking up and sort of imposing themselves in between you and the door. And who is this friend then? Or
It's a
relative of a friend?
It's the wife of my battle compatriot, a friend of mine.
It's a whole lot of relationships and not a lot of names. What
Hey,
clan are you with?
Melgrim Eberron, or his wife's name should be Madeline. His mutton chops.
Anthrin.
Yeah,
You're here
Correct.
for Clan Anthrin.
da.
Or Carnathy boy.
No, I'm not from Car. I came out of a swamp, kind of, and I was taught coming by a
You don't let to
Carnath.
hear your life story?
I was taught by a Carnathi. I'm not from Carnath.
Hey, just as bad. Sort of Paul like speaks some Dwarvish out behind him. I don't know if you speak Dwarvish, but he sends someone no, okay. So he says some things in Dwarvish behind him, and one of them turns around and goes, "You'll have to stay in the cold for a little bit longer. Not too long. Hopefully. You're not about to die, are you?"
No, it just very. I mean, do you have anything to help warm me up? I'll buy you. I'll pay for it or buy you more. I don't know.
Hey. Make a persuasion check.
Oh, it's a 17 plus things. Persuasion. 1. So 18 total.
18 total? Let's see. You see him sort of let his halberd rest against his shield, reaches behind him, takes out what looked like a square of metal and throws it in your direction. Hits your feet. It's a flask.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That should winter me up.
I appreciate it. I will flick him. I don't know how far he is on dexterity check. Okay, a natural 1. I'll pick it back up and try again.
What are you flicking towards him?
Trying to flick him a gold coin.
He sees you drop. No, you're not bribing me for anything. I'm just trying to keep you from dying.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll take a swig. I don't know.
Make a
I assume
Constitution
it's-
saving
yeah.
throw.
Oh shit.
11.
That bitch is spicy. Like
Nice.
you drink it down, and it's not just the point of alcohol that hits you in the back of the throat that warms the entire esophagus, but now you have like the feelings of the sun in the backs of your nostrils start to flare up. You have resistance to cold for the next like 5 minutes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is magical.
You go to speak, it's snot just yeah, it is clearing your sinuses.
This is
That's
magical.
disgusting.
Put the top back on.
Hey.
I appreciate it very much. There was a blizzard like a day or two ago. I got caught in that some down to the south, and it was very, very cold.
Hey, it's cold as peace.
Uh,
Why are you wearing fresh skins, my boy? Not even
Well,
furs.
well, I didn't expect there to be a blizzard when I arrived. See, I have this, I'm a druid, like I said when I was talking in your head there, and I can teleport from one tree to another, and I've been down to the pass, down to
You
the
hear a
south.
dwarvish bark behind them, and as they do, and you're telling your story, he goes from intently listening to just attention, like standing up straight and looking out into the distance, coming up from behind them with about 12 more guards. You see walking amongst the middle of them this like stout dwarf with graying hair pulled back in a thick braid ponytail behind his head, a beard that is also braided with iron and silver rings going down his beard that hangs below his about to his knees. You see that he has an eye patch, a black leather eye patch that in the center of it has like silver threading that coalesces into some sort of dwarvish rune. He's wearing a heavily marred breastplate where it looks like the scars or the like scrapes and everything has been polished into the metal itself, and it almost gives this like mural of war or story of war across his chest. You see he's wearing just dark blues and very fine clothes underneath. As he steps up to you, and you see on his right arm, ending just below his elbow, a masterpiece of clockwork of a prosthetic arm made of brass and a bluish silver metal. We're here for the Anvarin clan.
Yeah, correct.
And who do you know in the Anvarin clan?
The Gorum and Milgram. We fought along their sides for the past few months.
Where you been to then? If you know Gorum and you know Melgrim, you know something about them. Convince me.
Melgrim's very angry. Gorum has one eye. He can see things that other people can't with that
Anybody
eye.
know what someone looks like, boy? What do you know about him?
They're after Yidril for murdering one of their own.
Give me a persuasion check.
All right.
With advantage.
Oh. Okay, I don't think it's gonna be better than that. Yeah, I'll take the 19 plus 1.
30, 20.
Yeah.
Been traveling around with my boys. He's
Hey,
a
wait.
friend here. My name is Garum of Clan Anvarin. You'll walk with me. And he invites
All
you
right.
into the city.
Okie dokie. Thank you so much for letting me in. It's so cold out here.
He is walking away from you.
Yeah, I'm just following along.
Okay. You walk into the center as they open the stone doors, sort of just paving the way into this city. The peak of this mountain is gone. There is no peak of the mountain. Instead, you see towers and buildings carved out of the stone itself from the mountain. And inset on the other side of the mountain where the peak would come to the top, you see carved into that sort of different buildings as well going up. It is a sprawling city. You've been to Rote before. It's about the size of Rote, a little bit smaller than Sharn. This is massive. There are dwarves everywhere. There's business everywhere being conducted. You see, looking off to your right a good bit of distance, you see giant stairwells that go down, but you also see like moving contraptions taking large wagons and whatnot down deeper into the mountain itself. So why are you here and my boys aren't?
Well, I was telling the guard I'm a druid. I can travel through trees, so I came here to get a look at the tree, because I can travel faster than the rest of them, and I just need a quick rest, stay the night somewhere, and I should be able to have them back in, well, the day after tomorrow, if everything goes okay.
Turns to one of these men that are accompanying him. Get him a place to stay. He can stay on the peak today. Bring my boys back quickly. He turns around without even a goodbye.
I appreciate it. Okay.
One of his dwarven guards brings you to an inn. Slow down, and we'll have him stay in tonight. Sort of shake the head, and they hand you a key. No charge.
Am I supposed to stay in here? I'm getting the feeling that I'm not supposed to go anywhere else.
Should probably stick to the top until you're with someone of here. Sort of looks you up and down.
Okay. Hey, that's fair.
Explore the market if you wish. There's plenty of people in there. Won't be going down too deep into the mountain. You wouldn't be wanted there.
I can leave first thing in the morning, and where I'm leaving to with this teleportation magic that I have, I'll be meeting up with Melgrim and Gorham in that day if everything's on track. I didn't know if it would be possible to have a surprise for them. If I could maybe chat with Madeline Andrand.
Making it.
I won't go anywhere if you could just send a message to them.
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. Nope, natural one.
Probably best you just let them surprise him.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. I will. Oh, go ahead.
And he just said very well.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful night. I will stay here.
Okay. Does RTM plan on doing anything in the city or anything else?
Are the markets still open?
They're getting to closing time at this point. It's getting sort of dark. But like I said, you're arriving around 5. So.
All right. Yeah. I'll just I'll pack it in and not bother to do anything else because RGM probably doesn't want to drink heavily and end up not making it back to his homies.
Okay. Very well.
So.
Your room and food for the night is taken care of. All of your food is incredibly spicy. It is rough.
All right. Yeah.
But nonetheless, you have a good night in a good warm tavern. We change scenes once again drastically.
We gotta.
Yes, we gotta.
Oh, shit.
We zoom through the skies of Corvair, leaving the roar holds majestic as they are in the past. As we land once more aboard the Stormbringer, we go up below decks, where Gandalf, perched on top of his lap, fiendish creature, staring at him. Hello, Gandalf.
Oh shit. Am I able to twist and kick against the table to get myself out from under this chick?
Can certainly try.
Okay. I am going to try. Oh god. 19.
You go to kick against the table. And when you go to move, you cannot.
Oh fuck.
Unblur me, goddammit. There we go. You find that you're just sitting there. Looking.
Oh fuck. Can I talk? If I try to talk?
Sure.
Oh fuck.
sort of takes one of its long extended fingers and like traces from the top of your forehead around to the ears and down your
Can I move my
jawline.
head at all? Or am I completely stationary?
And try to move.
Yeah, if I try to like pull my head away.
Try to pull your head away. It's not even like you're struggling to. It's not like you're fighting against some will. You're not pushing against anything. You just don't. It just doesn't happen.
Shit.
What is wrong, Gandalf?
A lot, apparently. Have we met before?
What do you mean, Gandalf? You brought me here.
Son of a bitch. Not on purpose.
Gandalf? Why would you say that?
Because I didn't. Who are you? Exactly.
Who am I?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that.
I am you, Gandalf.
Oh, fuck.
We are one, you and I.
That's really... since when?
Since when? Since you invited me here, Gandalf.
Oh my fucking god. I can't move my head. I'm up here looking around. I can't look around. Oh god. Can you refresh me? I don't remember inviting anybody anywhere, especially from that mirror.
Well, yes. You brought me here, Gandalf. Do you not remember?
Nope. Not at all.
We were running. We were running together, Gandalf. You helped me get out, Gandalf.
So you hitched the ride out on me, in me.
What do you mean?
When I was in the mirror last time, or wherever the fuck that place is. Wait a minute. Were you the glowing eyes? Is that you?
No, Gandalf. I have no glowing eyes. You see my eyes.
Unfortunately, and I can't look away. Shit. So what what do you want exactly here?
What do you want, Gandalf?
I would really like you to not drop the goblin child anywhere. God, I don't like that. Yeah, that. They would like you to not do that. I would like to not do that either.
What do you mean, Gandalf?
Yeah, all the people on this boat right now, I like them to be alive, unharmed, whole.
Are you sure, Gandalf?
I'm quite sure.
I don't think that's what we want.
I think it is.
No,
If there is,
Gandalf.
if there is voting involved.
I think you misunderstand, Gandalf. Your hand reaches over.
Oh fuck.
And you grab the mirror.
Oh no.
And you look at your reflection in the mirror. She's still sitting there, or at least was, and you gaze right past her into the mirror itself.
Oh no.
And you see your own face twisted up into a cruel smile. And then your vision fades to blackness.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
You hear in the echoes of this darkness and in the darkness of your mind, this is not what you think it is, Gandalvin. We are in this together now. And you go to sleep.
Oh,
I would like
fuck.
everyone but Gandalvin to take off their headphones for me.
Oh, shit.
Gandalvin, you dream that night. It's quite a wonderful dream. You dream of flying. You dream of drifting above the waves in the ocean, and just pure euphoria filling your veins as you do. Sort of as dreams do, there's very vague things. Some things are very blurry. You have no control. It's not like a lucid dream. But you're a passenger, as dreams often are. You dream of being a bird, almost swooping amongst the winds, and you chase something down. You catch it. Brings you immense joy. Chase something down and you catch it. Laughter fills the sky. You look up at the starry sky. Moon set high and the stars above you. The ring of Sybaris. It's a beautiful sight. Forest below you, near the beaches. Your eyes, or your mind fades to blackness once more. And you wake up, sort of half propped on the dining room table. You wake up and you do something with your mouth, and you reach into your mouth and you pull out some feathers. You guys are good. Everybody wakes up the next morning without issue, with no alerts from Kestrel or drone.
Well, that's good.
So
I was gonna say Cornell would probably be the first one up. He's gonna break the circle himself and, get it cleaned up.
Okay.
So all of this to the drone just looked perfectly normal, like wasn't visible to it at all.
Your drone just watched Gandalvin sitting there at the table, and eventually he drifted off into sleep.
Horrifying.
Your
Awesome.
give me a perception check there, Milo, for your drone. I want to see something.
Oh, okay. Let me pull this little character sheet up real quick.
Yeah. Oh my. Oh my.
We're vibing.
It's a dirty 20.
Your drone, you pick up your drone. Did you see, and ask it if it sees anything, and it flips up a little display for you. Starts replaying and recording back from the night of things that it saw.
Fancy.
We're rolling with it for right now. This display may or may not work at all times. We'll see. It flips up for you, and you're watching it back through, and you're sort of like putting your finger on the crystal screen that flips up for you, and you sort of just watching Gandalvin sit there. Gandalvin sit there. And then you see all of the lights flicker at one point. And it seems like some weird, like, stop in the watch happens. Not
Well, that's not normal.
very noticeable at nearly at all. But as you see, it's just like a short little skip as Gandalfin's just sort of sitting there one moment and then puts his head on his hands, and then the lights flicker once more and go completely dim, and then when they turn back on, Ganowin is just sort of like leaning down asleep on the table.
Narrowing his eyes in suspicion, he will go to check on Gandalf.
Ganowin is asleep right there. On the you're awake at this point. I'll say you're all waking up. So go for it.
Quick
What-
question: as
yeah.
he's approaching, you said I pulled feathers out of my mouth.
Hmm?
Do I taste blood or anything? I gotta.
Give me a
Like,
perception
do-
check.
Do a little wipe across the mouth area.
Give me a perception check.
25.
25.
I roll above, like in the double digits. My perception is actually pretty good.
It's a slight taste of iron on your tongue.
I know what blood tastes like. So, like,
So you're a vampire too. I'm sorry.
fucking apparently. So yeah, I'm just gonna. Can I identify what kind of feathers they are? Like, if I want to pull them out, do they look recognizable at all?
You give me a nature check.
Actually, hold on. I got proficiency. No, I don't. Nature, survival. I have proficiency, not nature. All right, I have still the big stupid in nature. That's fine. 4.
4. So you're sort
No
of
clue.
looking at the feathers. You're not sure. The rest of you waking up and getting together, sort of all coming up here, I guess, to assume to check on Gandalf at this point, or at least making your way in this direction. You all hear Nilbo, top deck, says, "Oi, there's, I slipped into Scottish there, forgive me. Oi, there's a, oi, come up, Dick!"
Yeah, I'm
Crowley's
gonna
gonna make his way up top. Yeah.
What
I'll
did you
go up
call
there.
me? I'm just kidding.
Part of a poop deck, but never that.
I made it to Gandalf before he says for everyone to go to the deck.
Yeah. So you're standing right there.
Yeah, okay?
Seeing Gandalf fooling around with feathers or something.
Yeah, I just. Not really, but let's see what's up top real quick. Now we're gonna go. Just walk on up the stairs.
Eyes narrow again and follows Gandalf up.
You all make your way up top. Erish sort of tugs at your arm, Kashik, and says, "I'm just gonna keep him up downstairs and keep him away from anything a little bit odd, if that's all right."
That seems like the best idea, thank you.
Of course, I'll make sure everybody has some nice breakfast to come back to.
Perfect.
The rest of you head up to the top of the deck, and in the midst of the battle beam, right there in front of you, as you crest the stairs, each of you, you see a circle lined out within the battle beam itself, and some odd lines connecting the edges of the circle and across through it. Seems to be, not exactly sure. Someone could give me an Arcana check,
I'd be happy to.
Gladly.
or said Arcana, a religion check. I'm so sorry.
I'll still be happy to.
Okay,
I mean,
Less happy to.
sorry guys, that is my bad.
$17.
17,
15.
15,
30, 20.
30, 20.
There we go. Love to see it.
21.
I'll say my dirty 20 and my dirty 21. Milo and Crowley, looking at this is outside of your realm, but Gorham and Kashik, you get up to the top and you're looking at it. This looks like to be some sort of like, what languages do each of you know?
I know Common, Dwarvish, Halfling, and Orc.
Okay.
Common Dwarvish Elvish.
Okay. You don't know the language. but it's like either infernal or abyssal, some type of rune, maybe. Some type of like fiendish calling card. As you look at it in this circle, it made within the battle beam, probably about 5 feet in itself. So the battle beam completely encompasses it. And you get close enough and you see that this circle is made of dead birds.
I don't need any kind of religion to know that's paranormal.
There's that noise again. What the heck?
Ah!
OBS is picking it up. It stopped when you did that, Ian. What the frick?
Ah! Banish it. Banish it from the Skype call.
I have invited the
gone!
ghost in. That's all I'm gonna say. Apparently, we have invited the ghosts in, and
I don't remember inviting shit.
I'm gonna have to start playing D&D with it. There it is. Ian, make noise.
Ah!
It stops when you make noise. I think it might be your mic or something. It's interesting.
Okay. Oh my god, I don't know. Hey, it's time for a new headset. I have no idea.
Anyways,
What the rest of this do and sit around with it muted unless they're actively talking.
make a noise.
It stopped for me.
It stops when you start making noise.
It stopped before I even start talking.
It was continuing on
really
for
I
is
me.
don't even hear it.
My shit is busted.
I
wonder
hear
if-
I don't hear it either.
What?
I
Yeah, I'm
hear
not
it.
hearing it.
I hear it every time.
All right, Jones, you can't haunt us in real life too. Come on
What's
now.
going on, guys? Oh no.
Oh.
Is it me? And I pull out like rattlesnake things.
Just pull out a rattlesnake. Oh
The
god.
rattlesnake things.
Oh, I was like, Jesus, I just got this timber rattler just chilling.
How frightening would that be?
be horrible.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
All right. Anyways,
Immediate
you are
concern.
all standing in front of this circle, this infernal or abyssal rune, fiendish in nature, a demonic calling card.
Crowley's just gonna take note of the rune and everything, and he'll search it up. He's got a lot. He's got a lot to research. That's usually Milo's bag, but he'll take a pen out and he'll jot it down. He'll remember the angle and everything. So when he goes and looks up his paranormal books.
Okay.
Okay.
For those who don't know what that is and what's going on that are up here, I will explain to them what that is, and then I will just turn and stare at Gandalf.
Well, that seems to follow with everything else we found out.
I will narrow my eyes. You. I'm just kidding.
Fight.
Well, I say we wash this off thoroughly.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. I'm sitting here
Yeah.
actively talking. It's making the noise for me, so I don't fucking know what that is.
Scatter some salt on it, rub it off, get it out of here.
Yeah, let's. I really, really do not like this at all.
It's not making the noise for me now.
It just started going after Matt cut his mic on my end.
Maybe something going on with Skype.
Anywho.
At the
Yeah.
risk of being a little bit metagamey with all the distraction going on, I'm just kind of curious about whether or not the feathers that were in Gandalf's
Yeah,
mouth.
do they match?
eh.
You go up and look.
I'll fucking check. I'll just fucking walk up, not say anything, and just go.
Gandalf kill all these birds with his bare teeth.
Apparently.
They're not all the same bird. Give
But
me
do they
give me
match
an
any of them?
investigation check.
Oh shit. That's fine. It is
I'll say
not
with
negative.
advantage because you got the comparison.
Sick. Oh, thank God for advantage. 22.
You can go around from it's bird to bird, and then you get to one, and that's a match.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, we should probably clean this off, and then we need to talk. Or talk first, then clean it off. Whatever's the preferred.
Let's get rid of this shit. Get it off the boat.
Aye. Let's get rid of it. Get off the boat.
Do these appear to be sea-bound birds, or would these be more like
Give me a-
land birds?
Give me a nature check.
Imported birds.
Imported birds.
Are you trained in nature?
Nope. That's
not?
6.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, looking around, Gandolin's not really sure.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, fucking get them off the boat.
You guys scoop them up. Takes a second. There's about 30 in total.
God damn,
It's a lot of birds.
a lot of birds.
Just dumping them off the side of the ship into the ocean below.
I suppose so.
Not concerned so much with the dropping as much as the where all the markings are and just getting that cleaned off. Because unless they're carved in.
No,
Are they
nothing is
carved in?
carved.
Okay.
It is simply the birds and how they are laid there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cast salt on that nonsense. I'm gonna start carrying a bag of salt and then just rinse it right off. Yeah, just like that.
I hear it again. Ian, talk.
There it went.
Okay.
And there it went. It went right after Matt muted his mic. What is going on here?
But also, I've been muted like most of this time when you
I
guys
know.
have been hearing
That's
all
why
this
it's
stuff.
weird,
That's weird.
yeah.
It's affecting me now. You guys are passing it on.
Spooky wooky. All right, let's do our best to
Ignore
ignore
it.
it. Yeah. All right. So you guys get it cleaned up without an issue. Nilbo sort of sipping his 6th cup of coffee for the morning.
I thought Milo had the problem. I'll say to whoever's near me.
Nilbo says, "No problem."
It's a little fucking coffee.
We good to go? Anybody?
Yeah, yes. Go ahead and set us off.
Care to explain the
Don't worry about it.
Adventuring package.
Yeah,
And
that.
then I'm gonna go back downstairs.
you say adventuring package and he goes, "That's fair. That's fair. I'm getting paid a good bit of money for this." And he puts his coffee down and starts steering along. We should be to, before everybody else goes down, we should be to Moonwatch probably tomorrow afternoon or so.
Right. That's
Awesome.
good.
If I pass Erish, I know he's probably working on breakfast already. So make sure it's a little stiffer than usual. Like, it's been a rough night. I'm sure the party could use a cheering up.
Right. When you say stiffer, did you want me to spike the coffee?
No, don't spike the coffee. I just meant like
Okay.
more jams and jellies and
Sure.
stuff that's unhealthy for you.
Can do.
I'm sure they'll enjoy it.
All right.
We should talk in your room again, but before we do that, 1 second. I'm gonna go take a peek in my room and see if any of my possessions have moved.
Looking for weapons?
Yeah, I'm checking like my little bundle where I had my jacket wrapping all my knives and sword and all that fun stuff.
Roll an investigation check.
Ow.
Fuck. My stuff is gone. Oh shit.
By the way, this morning after waking up, Kashik has found herself with a newly prepared spell.
Big 7.
Everything's there. All of
Nope.
your weapons are there.
Oh, okay.
You sort through them. You look through the jackets. Everything's there. Your bracers are there.
Gracious, everything. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave them there for the moment.
Gandalf literally checked out as soon as you said his weapons were there. That's all he cared about.
Okay. As long as everything's there, I will then turn around and go meet everybody else in Crowley's room.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess go meet over there.
Everybody grouping up once again in the creepy chamber to discuss creepy things.
As you do.
There's a skull with like a light freaking candle in there.
Does it have little like points of
Yeah,
light
little-
in the
little
sockets?
points of, I wish. Anyway.
It named Bob.
You guys walk into the room.
Yeah.
Stage is yours.
And once everybody's in there, we got the door shut. Like, yeah, I'm not 100% what all happened. But I got up there and I had myself a sit down and I sat there for a while. There were some creaks and stuff. And then there was that did the I'm assuming whatever it was that the spectral lady that was like perched on me, Did it looked the same as whatever grabbed Mop?
It looked very similar.
That fucking creepy bitch who grabbed Mop. Like black talon feet things. Did not have fingernails, and they were really long and pointy. Fucking gross. Mouth that was really wide, looked like somebody had like cut the mouth into its face. Like lots of teeth. Big ass fucking eyes, and no nose.
Didn't we all see her behind Mop?
I'm just
He is.
full
Okay,
description
I
since I was
was just
right
making
here.
sure.
Hands and head.
Yeah.
I was just making sure. Okay, cool.
Gandalin is giving you a level of detail that wasn't visible in a dark room. You guys didn't see her feet, for example, when she was behind Mop.
But it's like right fucking here, and I couldn't move anymore.
Milo will be taking notes about the whole thing from physical description to the effects of paralyzation and such.
Crowley will lean over possession, perhaps,
Probably.
just for him to note down.
But fucking, and it talked to me and told me that, and like when I asked it questions, it said, "Oh, what do you mean you don't like? You brought me here, and we're basically, like we're in this together." Then that it came with me from the fucking mirror. By the way, was right about that. But saying that I invited it over, which I don't remember doing. Just for the record.
The physical act of penetrating into their world could have been all the invitation it needed, Gandalin.
Sure. And then I asked what it wanted, and it said, "Well, what do you want?" And I told it how, well, not to hurt or harm or in any way leave unwhole people on this ship. And it said, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yep, very sure." And it told me I didn't understand. And then you moved my hand and picked up the mirror and showed me my face. And I was freaky looking. I was all like, ah.
So in all cases,
Yeah. And then I blacked out and fell asleep, I guess. I dreamed about catching things as a bird, like flying around. And then I woke up with feathers in my mouth, and I tasted blood. So.
Right. So, and then Kashik is going to make her way over to Gandalin, give him a good gripping, and cast Dispel Evil into Good on specifically the Break Enchantment section, where it says, as your action you touch a creature you can reach that is charmed, frightened, or possessed by a celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. The creature that you touch is no longer charmed, frightened, or possessed by such creatures.
Okay. And walk over to Gandalin.
Fingers crossed.
Can you say anything before you do this?
No, I just say, right. So, and then grip him and go for it.
What is that?
The spell was cast. You cast this. Gandalin goes limp in your arms. You're sort of like holding him there. Still standing there, but his upper half just goes limp.
Did I kill Gandalin?
Oh, shit.
As you see, looking up from Gandalin's form, Gandalin looks back at you, his eyes held wide, and a cruel smile twisted across his face. Parlor tricks.
Oh, fuck. That's not good.
Bjorn,
Wait, what did she just say?
We are one.
Oh, we are one. Okay, gotcha.
Am I conscious of this at all? Am I conscious?
And when Kaushik casts a spell on you, you take a back seat in your own mind. Your vision zooms out. Darkness consumes either side of your vision, and you sit way back in the mind as a dream happens once more. Of you standing around your friends, talking about something. Words are hard to hear.
All right.
You feel the emotions mostly. Ian, talk. Ian,
Hello?
okay, all right. It
Ah!
stops when you say something for me, and the stream can hear
So
it. So
fucking
I'm just gonna
weird.
ask you to, when I say
Yeah,
Ian, say
yeah.
something. Wait, I'll say build a bear. And you make a noise. Okay? That's the code word. All right.
Okay.
All right. But you sit there and you feel things more than you see them. Much like in a dream when you're running from something and you feel the fear more so than you know what is chasing you.
Mm.
You feel a smug knowingness.
Not used to knowing things. This is foreign.
Sorry, Gandalf.
Doesn't work for me.
Works for me every time. I don't know. But Ganoin looks up at you, Kaushik, after saying "We are one."
Press forward, like, we cast you out. No, I'm kidding.
What's funny?
What do you want with his body?
What do we want?
What do you want then?
Do we want? It's us. We are one.
Y'all, what do y'all want?
What is wanted by the singular or combined entity?
What does anyone want? What do you want? Milo.
Right now, less drama and some lunch.
Crowley will speak up. Why don't you come here and see what I want? Leave Gandalin alone. I'm sure I'll be a more interesting target than Gandalin. Leave our friend alone.
I think I quite like this one.
Dick.
But now we know you're there. There will be no peace for you. Either of you.
And he slumps back down.
Oh, fuck.
Gandalf, when you wake up.
Milo looks over at Crowley.
We don't have time for this, Crowley. You're the spirit person. Can't you do something about it?
He's possessed.
What the fuck just happened?
You're possessed.
Oh.
Like, you
okay.
should know what that means.
Yeah, bad.
I couldn't get rid of it. I don't know how that's possible.
What
Anybody,
just happened?
give me religion checks if you can.
Yes, I will.
Ah!
Okay, good. Yeah, no. No coder needed. You got it.
It doesn't always happen for me when
22.
it happens with you.
22. Kaushik.
A little late, but can I flash of genius him on that one?
He's already said his result. I'll let you flash a genius, either Kaushik or Gorham.
I will flash of genius Kaushik.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled a. What does the Flash of Genius do?
Gives you +4.
Okay, perfect. So I rolled a 12, so that's 16, and then religion, so a total of 20.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
16.
16 total. All right. It leaves Crowley. You said Crowley, you had a 22
Yes, sir.
and a 19 for you, Kaushik.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for you. Okay. Sort of sitting there talking amongst yourselves about potential, like, what do you do? You tried to get rid of it with the spell and it didn't work. What else could you do? You know, I'd like the three of you, Cody, Brittany, and Matt, as I feel like I always give solutions to die rolls. I want you to come up with a good solution amongst the three of you on how to get rid of something possessing Gandalin.
Well, this
Get rid
came.
of Gandalin. Go ahead.
In all honesty, this thing came from the mirror. Perhaps the reason why it wasn't fully parted from Gandalwin's spirit is because it has a deeper attachment. I can't say what. But perhaps what if we had another host prepared for it to drive it out?
Or to lure it in.
Indeed.
I don't know
And-
much about spirits specifically or anything like that, but I can help with information on magical materials and transitive magics.
That would be most useful. And I think, of course, we have a wonderful vessel at hand. Crowley's going to turn his head and look over to his dresser, where the doll is. If it came
Oh,
through the
God.
portal in that doll, it is still relatively humanoid. I wouldn't say there have been examples of possessions of figures, inanimate or not. I believe it best we use the figure and something it's familiar with. It might be able to bind it.
Let me go down to my shop. I'll check my notes. I'll start getting together a collection of runes and seals with a binding property.
That'll be best. I wish I had more to go on to help you, but for the most part, that's all we have. Perhaps take the figure with you if you wish to see if anything. Actually, perhaps Koshik might know some inscriptions or whatnot of religious quality.
Kashik, come with me. We'll prepare the doll.
I'll go with him.
And we will head off to the shop to start preparing the doll with seals and binding runes.
Yes. And something to pull. Perhaps a crystal or something.
Right.
You know more than me, Mala. I'm merely giving suggestions. This is your expertise.
I gotcha.
And then Crowley's just gonna, rub his jaw and look over at Gandalin. How you feeling?
Not great. Out of curiosity, what does putting it in something else, what good does that do?
Well, first of all, it gets it out of you.
I mean, yeah. Still
Potentially, it'll still be around, but we'll seal it so that it can't hop from. Well, actually, I don't think I should tell you this because you're possessed.
Y'all have been talking about it when I've been standing in the same room.
I know we talked about it, but
Okay.
the
All right.
details, I think we'll leave to ourselves.
Okay. When are we gonna try to do this?
As soon as possible.
All right. If it doesn't work, I'm going in the mirror again.
Okay. While you're at it, might I see the mirror?
Sure. Hand him a mirror.
I'm just gonna spin it. A lot of trouble for this one mirror.
Just a little.
Just a little. Who is still in here? Is Gorham, Melgrim here with me? I don't think we've had breakfast yet, but now's as good a time as any to see if this affects anyone else. It didn't affect Koshik. I wonder if it'll have an effect on myself.
The mirror?
Indeed.
Plan on going in there.
I'm not even sure if it'll work on me.
Considering
But-
the risk of bringing a fiend of some kind, just
Well, you said you
Right,
took
right there.
multiple trips, didn't you?
do.
We don't know if it was the first trip or the second.
Correct.
Regardless, with a paladin here, such as of Gorham's might and Melgrim here. No offense, I know it was just going to be me and you, Gandalin, but we don't know if the entity might try to pull something.
Sure. Him being here doesn't mean anything for the other side, just saying.
I know. And so Crowley's just going to sit down in his desk chair and he's going to look at the others before gazing into the mirror.
Okay. Sit there and look in the mirror, looking at the mask reflected back to you. Look past the reflection. Eventually your eyes sort of losing focus on it. Almost like a trance-like state. And sit there completely still. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay, uno momento, Mr. DM. Let's see. And it's just with that, if you're not proficient in it, it's just the wisdom, or right?
Correct.
It's just your wisdom.
Correct.
17.
17. Looking at it, you feel your consciousness sort of pulled forward. You find yourself standing in a hall of mirrors. Not mounted to anything, just sort of floating at different angles in space behind it, just set in the void. And you look back behind you and you're looking upon your own mask. You have no mask here, Crowley.
Crowley will take a moment to just run his hands over the face presented to him. It's been so long since he's felt that face or anything. And, he'll just kind of hold it for a moment before lowering his hands and, I guess walking, if it's in a circle, just walking and looking at the mirrors.
Not like a circle. There's no distinguishable shape. It is simply mirrors that seem to come from the darkness as you walk into the distance. Your footsteps echoing out into an infinite expanse, it seems. What are you looking for?
To be honest, Crowley is probably looking for, from the stories he's heard from Gandalf, he's perhaps hoping to see family or something of the sort. I think that was not part of the stuff that was covered up. So, family, maybe perhaps a path, an answer to saving his daughter, perhaps, or speaking with her.
Okay. I need you to make me a straight wisdom check.
$13.
13. Build-A-Bear.
Oh!
Works every time. God, that's so distracting. You start walking throughout the mirrors. Gandalf just said he kind of walked into it, like he just found it. And you walk and you see a mirror for a moment, and you start to walk with purpose in that direction. Mist sort of coming out from behind one of these mirrors. You walk. The mirror's solid. You go around behind it. The mists are gone. Now you look around for those same mists that you saw before, and they're nowhere to be found.
Crowley will just, spin around, say, is this it? Is this all this mirror offers? Distractions?
Say that out loud. There's no response. It's just your voice echoing out.
Oh!
Are there no witches here? No dolls? No ghosts? I admit I'm rather disappointed. And he's just going to keep moving, whether it leads him back to the mirror he came from or not. He's just going to move with determination and will.
You move around, you call out. Your calls have no responses here. You look around, you stand in the mirror. where you came from, still in clear view, and is like a large circular mirror, different than the others, just sort of supplanted there in void in the sky.
Did you say it disappeared in fog? Is there a low fog in
Right here, there was just one
at
that
all?
you briefly saw. You saw mists around one as you walked up to it, and as you walked up to it, the mist went away.
Okay. Crowley's for him, relatively by his mind, he'll keep walking for say another 30 minutes. If nothing appears, he'll just, make a sound of disgust before billowing his cloak and just turning away and returning to the mirror.
Okay. Spending 30 minutes in there, give me another wisdom check.
Four this time.
The frustration builds up in you, Crowley. The mists don't appear again. No one answers your calls. You walk around in for 30 minutes here in this place, and eventually you look back up at yourself, and you blink your eyes, and you're sitting back on your bed with Melgrim, Gorham, and Ganwin standing around you.
How long was he gone for us?
He's gone for about 30 minutes, just sitting there.
Crowley lowers the mirror with disgust. Nothing was there for me. Well, there was a mirror, but I could not quite look into it.
Was it like halls?
Nothingness.
This does not match what I experienced, correct? For what I recall.
For the most part, yeah.
Not similar at all to your experience, Gandalin?
I mean, similar, but I got somewhere eventually. Had to wander around a while.
I hesitate to try again so soon, especially when we have more important matters to put into place, but another time, perhaps.
Perhaps.
What a waste of 30 minutes. Come, thank you for standing over and watching Gorham and Melgrim.
Of course.
And he's going to stand up and he's going to put the mirror in his thing, his top drawer. He says, "Until we need it, I'll just leave it here. I don't think any of us should be looking into that mirror for the time being."
All doesn't work.
Milo will send a message to Crowley letting him know he has some pretty good ideas for how to use the doll, and just let him know when he's ready.
Excellent. And it seems, he's going to make his way over to Milo. Says Milo might be ready. Let me go check with him first.
Sure.
You get down to Milo's workshop. He's got the doll on the table, and he's got like a little tiny rod of metal and a hammer, and he seems to be tapping something into the doll.
Hello, Crowley. Almost ready.
Excellent.
Tell me what you think.
And he'll gesture at the doll. Looks like there's been glyphs branded along several points going down the center of the doll in the front, and several other positions on the sides of it. You're magically educated. You would recognize them as a variety of binding symbols, as well as rings of silver wire tapped into the wood at the arms, legs, stomach, neck, wrists, and ankles, and a more complicated glyph burned into the back.
Crowley's going to pull out his glasses and just tilt down and look at the doll. He's like, well, this is quite extravagant, Milo. I think this will do.
This one right here on the back is a summoning glyph. So the final piece of the puzzle is to get a little bit of blood from Gandalin. We're going to place it here, here, and here. And that, combined with the fact that it's already mixed in with Gandalin, this summoning glyph and this crystal cylinder should be, with a little bit of help from Kashik, about the best I can offer you.
I would suggest one more thing. I think this is 100% already, but I'm willing to go 125. The hair, let's put a piece of Gandalin's hair in there as well.
Sure, the spirit stuff is your profession, not mine.
It's your profession.
Oh, I speak to spooky stuff. But no, I think this will do wonderfully, sir. You've outdone yourself in so short a time.
And this is improvisation. We'll see how it goes.
Traditional Carnath.
I need you to improvise me a gun, and we'll use it.
Oh!
Good bear. Okay. Okay. So it is breakfast is prepared. Probably at your request. There are pancakes and whipped cream for said pancakes, and
Holy shit.
fruits and jams and French toast and a plethora of unhealthy things there on the table. Mop has already. I froze. Oh no. I froze. I froze big
there he
time.
is. I must
Okay.
say this is the first time we've lost him for a while.
Yeah, I need to restart my router, I guess. Oh well. What'd y'all hear last?
Everything that was on the plate,
All kinds of
our dinner
food.
table.
Oh yeah,
jams,
French
etc.
toast and jams and all that sorts of
Hell
good
yeah.
stuff. You guys are sitting down and Mop is gorging himself in sweets currently.
Well, he was one of the people we were doing this for, sure. Crowley will help himself to some French toast and a small smattering of syrup. But other than that, he'll just be looking across the table at Gandalin every now and again, seeing how he's looking, and then look to Milo,
Milo's
understanding
not
nod.
being modest. Nope.
Yeah.
Milo's not making eye contact. This man eating.
Excellent.
You go to make like meaningful eye contact, and you're just getting the side of his head as he's cramming French toast and berries into his mouth.
double.
Well,
Two,
this is
two forks.
all right. Well, this is what Crowley wanted to happen. So it all is turning out well, and he's going to compliment Erish on a job well done.
Thank you, sir.
He's got his armor on turbo drive. Fucking
The gears whirring. Whir.
Goshik's eating a bunch of pancakes. So many pancakes. Stacks, even.
Hell yeah.
No, we're just trying to create a warmth of spirit here.
And was gonna eat in like complete silence, and not that much. And while I'm sitting there eating, I'm gonna try to think at this entity and see if it responds.
What do you
Just kinda
think?
in my head, just gonna think. It's your part of me. Can you hear me when I think?
Give me a persuasion check, Gandalin.
Fuck, bitch, god damn it. 14. Could be better, could be worse.
Seemingly unable to resist the urge of continuing to mess with you,
Blue dickhead.
you hear a whisper, almost external from you, just right into your ear. But of course I can hear you, Gandalfin.
God fucking
I am you.
damn. What happens to you if I die?
Well, Gandalfin, I wouldn't let that happen. Now would I?
I'm curious to see how you could stop it under certain circumstances. To answer the question, what happens if I die?
You go to place the next bite of your food into your mouth. You just stop.
Son of a fucker.
As I have said before, Gandalfin, I think you misunderstand the situation.
Maybe.
Continue to eat your food.
Crowley's, having the lightest breakfast of I think everyone so far, except maybe Gandalin, is going to grab his plate and move as if he's going to take it back down to the galley to Erish. And as he moves past Gandalin, I want to sleight of hand and pick a hair.
Sure. Roll a sleight of hand check.
A passive perception of 20.
That's fine. Interesting. 26.
Jesus.
Okay.
Nat 20.
That'll work.
Build-A-Bear. Okay.
Ah!
Gloved hand. You see one just resting there on his shoulder, on his jacket. Easy enough to take.
Didn't even have to harm a hair on his head. Even better. And I'll return that plate to the galley and then return to Milo's shop to implement that strand of hair to the doll.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else the party would like to do until whatever is going to happen happens?
No, I'm just gonna eat, grab a plate of whatever he thinks this little sucker is gonna eat, and bring my little drink another plate of food.
Feed the wee bastard.
It seems to Build-A-Bear. It seems to follow the same method of eating. After that second time, it just sort of like spits acid onto whatever you bring it. It starts to dissolve it, and then you see the mandibles sort of unfold, and it sort of just like shovels in food into its mouth. Give me another animal handling check for me.
A 23?
23.
Damn.
Very nice.
Nice.
Sits there, eats its food, curls up once again after it's done eating. I'll go make a dexterity saving throw.
$18.
She's sort of sitting there, just watching it as it curls up again. Does one little like last, like puppies do, crawl around a couple of times in a circle, and then finally lay down and hits that last circle and lays down, and then lets out a burp, and just a line of acid flies right by your head. Unintentional, just lays back down, goes to sleep.
All right. Let's note that down.
Burp the Drake. Gotta burp the Drake.
All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to do for the day before this ritual?
No, I've got a voodoo doll of Gandalin now, not to throw him off the ship. Just kidding.
Do we have how are we able to like is there a period of time before we can perform the ritual or no?
No, y'all can perform it whenever you want to. I'm just seeing if there's anybody else that wants to do something.
If there's not
I know
time for it-
directly before the ritual, I would like to hit Gandalin with a death war.
Okay.
I feel like that should be kind of unnecessary here, but whatever.
Milo is going to go and ask Erish for some candles.
I have those aplenty, sir.
Yep.
Any specific effect that you're looking for?
No effects. I need.
And he's looking at a book on spirits and stuff that he clearly is not very educated about.
Incense.
9 small ones and. Well, I hope this works. 4 big ones. Bigger.
Does scent matter? No, probably not.
I don't know.
Tea candles.
Cardamom, yes. And he sort of like goes through some ingredients and like of his candles, and like hands you like tea light candles and some larger candles as well. I think that should be what you need.
Man, I hope so.
He leaves with the candles.
Says I'm fairly certain. Where is this being performed at if no one has anything else to do?
Milo will go find Crowley and ask.
We can either perform it in my room, or we can go back down to the. Actually, no. Let's just perform it in my room.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all are driving the scene here.
All right. So.
What does this look like?
Crowley. Yeah. So first of all, Crowley's going to call for the rest of the crew to come and make themselves available.
Milo in that area will begin chalking up a circle, 2 circles actually. The outer circle will be runes of protection and containment at 4 equidistant points with the larger candles, and an inner circle of summoning and command with the 9 smaller candles, also equidistant.
And Crowley's going to be checking his work while he's like busy checking the room and laying down salt around the rooms in case anything tries to get out or in.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody would like to contribute to this?
I'm just ready for this to get resolved.
Okay.
You don't want another night with spooky, scary skeletons score him?
No.
Excellent. Well, once I'm sorry. Just looking at the chat. Whenever everyone's in, I'm going to seal the room, and then we can begin.
Take the salt, trace it around the room. Milo making the circles. All right.
Is there any particular reaction? Like while they're getting this set up and I'm in there.
Mm-mm.
Oh man, that makes you nervous.
I will look to the
Doesn't give a
2
shit.
dwarves and say, one of you should be by the door in case he tries to escape, and one of you should be by the window in case he just tries to jump.
I'll post up by the door.
All right, I'll get the window then.
Do you have your hammer in here?
Yes.
I'll also note that I have not rearmed or retrieved any of my stuff. I left it all in that pile on my bed.
Okay.
These hands are ready for spell casting if the need arises.
I'm about to get waxed by my fucking party.
Milo. Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Saying,
that was uncanny. Y'all did the same thing at the same time. All right.
Milo will direct Gandalin.
Over here, right in the middle. Yep. Need you to stand here and hand,
Right.
please.
Stood here. Why?
Just give me your hand.
Give you a fucking leather wrapped hand.
Takes a needle and just right in the finger.
All right, thank you.
Ow! What the fuck? What
Hold
was
still.
that
He like presses his
for? Come
finger
here, Jesus.
to the like forehead, chin, both sides of the chest, stomach, wrists, and ankles of the doll.
All right, thank you. Now stay here.
Okay, sure. It's fucking. You could have just asked, you know.
Yeah, well.
Damn it. I stood in the center of the smaller ring, I assume.
Okay. Standing there
Mr. Crow.
for this ritual.
Push.
And you got something else you want to do?
Oh, no, nothing else. I was just going to ask Koshik if she had her spell prepared to do it again to try and drive the demon out.
Ready to rock and roll.
All right, you hold this.
And he hands Koshik a crystal cylinder. And the doll was left in the center of the circle with Gandalin.
I squint at it.
Back with the seal of summoning facing Gandalin.
Okay.
There are 6 of us here. That's a good number for something.
Oh!
Cough. Anyway. Crowley's going to step back a little bit since Milo has prepared the ritual, and he's going to prepare his own magics in case anything gets a little too wild or tries to just phase up and down through the thing. He's going to try and contain anything that tries to get out.
Okay. So this is all going to be kicked off by Koshik casting Dispel Evil on Ganowin. Is there anything else anybody would like to do? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
I'm going to hit, right before she casts it, I'm going to hit, she should be the closest one to the circle. I will say this. Is that correct, Milo?
She has to touch Ganowin.
She should be the closest. So I'm going to hit her with protection from good and evil before it falls through. To prevent any possession of the person depossessing the possessor.
Right, nobody but Gandalin and Koshik should be within these circles, though, so let's give them some space. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but if it's a little spicy, we don't want to be too close.
Okay. Koshik, you hold your hand out.
Very specifically, before I cast this on him, I would like to walk up to him and put my hand on the side of his face. I want to press my forehead to his, and I'd like to say, "Good luck, my friend." And then I will back my body up, except for kind of just holding out like a little hand on him. And then there we go. We casted.
Spell goes off. She touch. Ganowin once more slumps in this space. It's upper body. And back away. Ganowin, I would like you to roll an attack roll, please. As an attack of opportunity against Koshik.
Shit. Okay.
I would actually like to say this is not an attack to do damage. I would like you to make an athletics check. Koshik, I would like you to make either an acrobatics or an athletics check. Your choice.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Yeah, your choice.
5. I'm about to say attack roll. That's much worse.
Well,
Mine's still not good. 15 total.
Yeah.
8 out of 5 though. So.
Ganowin slumps down as you cast it. Koshik, you pull your hand back, and as you do, leaving the circle, Ganowin's hand lashes out towards your hand as you yank your hand back, and as you're looking back at the Ganowin's eyes, it's that same face that he had on the day before. A twisted smile across Ganowin. You are once more, your vision pulled back, pulled into a dream-like state. You feel something different this time.
Oh.
You feel fear.
Sick. Wait, I do?
You feel fear.
Oh, shit. Wait, no, that's good. Okay, cool. It's a good thing. I laugh at it from within the confines of my own mind.
We're professionals. You snatch your hand back and a twisted smile from Ganowin's face. What is this? Starts pacing around in the circle a little bit, looking at you, sort of maintaining eye contact on Koshik for a little bit. Pacing around the circle, Ganowin marches the perimeter. His eyes float in between Crowley, Gorham, Melgrim. We're going to start this off with a skill check from everybody. So, I want you to think of how you would like to contribute to this. And everybody in the room can contribute to it. Ganowin included.
Me too?
I would like you to describe what you are doing. This is very free flow, so you're able to use whatever skill you are able to. Not one skill
Okay.
can be used twice.
Cool.
I'm ready to go if unless
Ready
someone
to
else
go.
wants to go. So
Okay.
I'd like to go unless you want to go first.
I mean, you can go first. Go ahead.
All right. Malgrim is going to rage and use intimidation on this thing.
Okay. How do you intimidate it? Within my rage, my muscles are just going to almost double, triple in size. Just get the fuck out of my friend before I beat you out of it.
Hold up.
And I get to use my strength modifier for this since I'm raging, right?
Correct.
Ooh, let's have a good roll. All right. 26?
26?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You just sit there. You threaten Gandalf's well-being. The laughter stops for a second, looking at you, Melgrim. Gandalf takes a finger and traces it through the air, but the laughter stops. But you wouldn't hurt your friend. You wouldn't.
Do you want to take that chance?
You feel froggy? All right. Who's next?
Okay. So you tell me if I'm wrong, but I like to think that, especially with these types of rituals, that they're nothing more than a performance. And Crowley is going to perform his heart out.
Okay. Tell me what it looks like. Lay it on me.
So Crowley will produce a small bell and ring it, and he'll begin chanting small words of warding and urging the creature. Like, it's in a different tongue, but it's no language he knows. It's just something practiced. And he'll begin uttering the words slowly. And it's not so much how he's uttering the words, it's the concentration and the timing for how he delivers it. Every time the demon speaks, he'll just ring, and then he'll begin chanting again. He's focused entirely on what he's doing, and just a little bit effort, and it's concentration as he continues chanting and urging the creature fiend to take its place within the doll, making it seem more and more like the only bastion of protection it'll have from Crowley's words.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
That's a nat 20. Plus 13, 33.
Jesus Christ. Melgrim, you flinch at this thing as it stops laughing, starts drifting back. Gandalf starts drifting back towards Crowley. Crowley starts ringing this bell and speaking in something. The lights in the room all flicker, some of them going out completely as a wind from sort of nowhere picks up in the room and starts swirling around the room. In the middle, near Gandalf, sort of like a wall in between each of you.
And I will say the translation is just, I cast you out. I cast you out.
You see Gandalf's face warp in a different direction, as if skin was being pulled from his skull for a moment by an unseen force, and it goes back. Then it happens again and twists in a different way as his mouth goes a different direction from his eyes. Who's next? Go for it.
I'll go. I would like to use Knowledge Arcana as Milo is kind of looking over the stuff that he has done, making sure that his knowledge of all the materials and symbols and patterns he did to help set up the ritual, while improvised, are all drawn from his natural genius and creative use of available bits of knowledge. The protective capabilities of the number 4, the strength of 9, the perfectly measured angles and curves of the glyphs and runes used, and the power of related materials in putting Gandalf's blood at positions of importance on the doll.
Okay. Give me that knowledge arcana.
Good dude. I know it's over a +10, but I don't remember what it was. 12. That'll be a 29 with a 17 plus 12.
Jeez. You
Plus 12, good.
yeah. Sort of looking, the runes around the circle begin to light up, glowing. As this thing, Crowley, comes for you, and this sort of wind wall that is in between you and it hits it. This arcane cage that has been formed from the bottom to the top of the ceiling. As you see the salt around the room start to move on its own, the arcane runes on the outside of the circle glowing and lighting up as Gainwind pounds on the wall now, saying something in a tongue that no one here would understand, just reaching out and gnashing language, cursing you from beyond. You see that there's a look of worry. I will take your friend with me. He will come with me. He will die. Stop this! Stop this now! Who's next?
Me.
Kaushik?
So, with all the exasperated yelling that it's doing, this probably won't be that difficult to infer. But I'd like to use my insight to determine how this entity, I don't know what to call it, how the fiend is like reacting and feeling, and essentially measuring its like amount of fear at the current moment, and essentially reiterate those fears, like you're terrified, and this isn't going, please Silas, this isn't going anyway how you thought it would.
It starts clawing. You see Ganowin's fingers turn like twisted into a like bestial as it tears at this wind wall. Give me an insight check.
What are you doing?
Leave my girl alone. Put her down.
I am trying to climb out of here. What do you mean? What am I doing?
Total 21.
God damn, guys. Hell yeah. 21. You look, and is it Build-A-Bear?
Ah!
Works every time. Clawing it at this cage, and you see as Crowley hits the bell, the creature recoils every time it does, and just Ganowin screams, and as it like yanks its head towards the bell, you see for a moment just Ganowin's like 1,000-yard stare face as something else rips from it and looks at Crowley completely. The wide-eyed and sharp-toothed fiend from before, the young woman like with the wispy hair, rips from his body momentarily, it seems, splitting down the middle, and just yells at Crowley, then looks like you see it mold back once more with Gandalf's form. Stop this. Stop this. Stop it now. I will kill him. And Kaushik. Gano and Brittany Kaushik is what I went with there. Kaushik. She's not going to kill Gandalf. You know she's not.
Kaushik starts laughing at her.
Okay. Who's next?
Ha 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 ha. No.
All right, so Gorham's gonna use religion. He's gonna hold his book of grudges in his hand. He's gonna start invoking the names of certain powerful ancestors. Like ancestors, guide my friend, protect him from this fiend. Gorham, grant him your piercing vision to cut through the deceit of this fiend, and keep going, reading off different ancestors, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
It said 19.
19. You see this whipping of Gandalf's body start happening as it like doubles over in pain almost. Some of you looking at Gandalf worried for his safety even, as he just completely collapses into like like his torso just meeting his legs as he completely hangs loose, and this fiend's body wrenches back from his form. Gandalf, your sort of dreamlike state, guiding you along, you hear just voices, Gorham's voice, sort of beckoning you on a path, this long path from whatever this darkness is that surrounds you to the forefront of that light in front of you. You see this split start to happen in between these two as it continues to like reach back, and you see these long, just extended fingers with ending in no fingernails, just bone and skin, like they're reaching back into Gandalf and pulling as if they're holding themselves onto it. I believe that leaves one more. Gandalf,
Oh, yeah.
what would you like to do?
Fuck me sideways if I know. Oh gosh. I guess I'm gonna try to use persuasion.
Okay.
And just from within, like, since I know it's been able to communicate with me and hear me before, I'm just gonna kind of call out. It's better for you if you just go with it now. The longer this goes on, worse it'll be. And regardless of what you say, if I die and you're still in me and I have to follow you, I will do whatever I can to make whatever hell we end up in much worse for you. Just go into the fucking doll.
Gandalf is just saying this sort of in front of everyone's eyes, peeled back from Gandalf's form. Gandalf, you regain control of your senses, at least momentarily.
Oh shit.
You all sit there. Gandalf, you look in the face once more of this fiend that sits in front of you in a whirl of panic currently. Having this conversation, the first part of it within your mind, the second part face to face. Go ahead and give me that persuasion check.
14.
14.
Got a +1.
One, two, three, four, 5 successes. You say these words, Gandalf, and the rune on the back of the doll, the summoning rune, begins to glow and undulate red from the blood that was placed there. It glows, and these winds start to form a funnel in the room, going from a wall surrounding Gandalf and this fiend, starting a funnel that seems to lock on to that summoning rune in the back of the doll, as this fiend starts to get pulled and dragged away from you, Gandalf, by these winds. No. She knows where you are now. Locked eyes with you, Gandalf. She knows, and I have brought her to your doorstep. I have taken your protection, melted it into slag, She knows where you are, and she will find you, and she will bring me back. As she locks onto the floor, being dragged back, clawing into the wood of the floor. The circle now no longer relevant, clawing, just claw marks all around it as this wind is sucking her into the back of the doll. I will find you again. We are one, and she will find you too. As you see the back of the scene start to be pulled into the back of the doll.
I'm gonna squat down as it's saying this. I'm just gonna lean as close as I can to its face. I'm going to handle her, and once I have, I will find you, and I'm going to flay you. And you will regret ever, ever coming across myself.
You lean down, you say this. Grabs the outsides, just grabbing furniture. Crowley, you're gonna have to go to a trip to IKEA after this. Cabinets are pulled down, skulls and candles falling down. It grabs the outside of the doll as it is slowly poured inch by inch into this doll, screaming, echoing out on the ship, lights flickering madly in here. And eventually, the doll falls to the ground, limp and unmoving.
Crowley rings the bell one last time and just lets that just slowly fall to silence.
Koshik is going to immediately lunge toward Gandalin in case he falls limp or anything. Try to catch him. Make sure he doesn't bonk his nog.
Don't break the circle.
I got this. I'll do a flip over the circle. I'm just kidding.
Crowley's going to step forward and, slowly begin ringing again and chanting. He's going to slowly dispel the circle one at a time, very carefully, before getting to Gandalin. And after breaking the last circle, seeing that he's going to look around like, ring? No? Okay. Just put that away, and he's going to, it is done. And he's going to bend over, and he's going to take the doll.
Gorham, can you see if it's gone from him?
Yeah, I'll cast Detect Good and Evil.
You look around. There's trails from everyone in this room. But the strongest presence in the room is the doll.
Looks like it's on the doll now. Thank the ancestors.
Oh man, I hope those bindings hold.
Suffice to say, we can't destroy it out of fear of releasing it again. I'm willing to hold it here for now. Until we find somewhere stronger to create a better seal. Perhaps drawing on a ley line.
Right.
Or tossing
Milo
it.
looks. Oh, go ahead.
I said, or tossing it into the Mournlands, whichever comes first.
I was going to say Milo looks not at all confident.
I'm going to give Gandalin a hug and a good once-over to make sure he is okay.
Ever since the ritual ended and it went in there, slowly stood up, and I have not stopped staring at the doll and have a white knuckle death grip on the bag that has the slag of my parents' rings in it.
Crowley's going to slowly move and place the doll on whatever furniture still standing rightward or whatnot. I'm hoping the one at the far back where I originally had the doll.
Sure.
All right. Milo, when you get the chance, perhaps a stand for the doll and a glass seal over to keep it contained.
Right, yes.
Lean over and instruct his homunculus to keep an eye on the doll for now.
And some really strong Gorilla Glue, so if we don't lose it whenever we're barrel rolling.
Oh!
Yeah, we're going to secure this. This is going to be the first thing we do.
Sure. Yeah. Build a bear.
Oh!
Okay. You sit there. Is there anything anybody else would like to do? The ship is silent right now. We're going to flip back to Artium the next morning. You wake refreshed, full, warmer than you were. Okay, I can't find my music. What the freak? There we go. We're not creepy right now. In the majesty of the holds. Well, what are you doing?
I'll go ahead and be about my business and not take any more hospitalities from these dwarves. And with the demeanor of my greeting, I will return in kind and just leave without saying a word to anybody. Well, except for the people that, and like, hey, thank you very much for the room. Hey, you have a wonderful day and goodbye.
Welcome, dear. Travel safe now.
Hopefully so. And then just, unless someone stops me, exit out the front gates and flap on into a Quetzalcoatl and make sure I get a nice good look at some trees that were at the edge of that tree line.
Yeah, easily enough.
Pass on through to good old Moonwatch.
You make your way through, I assume through Miric's Wake.
Right.
And pull yourself through. It is earlier in the morning now on this side. The sun's probably just... No, wait. Is that how that works? Am I getting my stuff wrong?
Yeah, it's earlier to the west.
Yep. Okay, I'm smart. I know these things. I don't doubt myself at all. You pop out on it's a little bit earlier. The sun just sort of cresting. Looking around. Tree just as you left it with your carving in there. You do see construction happening on the lunar observatory. Like the top of it is covered where the telescopes were, and you see like some scaffolding and stuff on the outside of it.
Okay, it seems pretty cool, I guess. I wonder if they're going to have another one of those parties again. That's some really sweet booze. Okay, anyway. Well, I'll just take a look off into the distance, see all of those flourishing pickle farms. Have all the regrets.
You look off into the distance and you see an overgrowth farms out in the distance, with several carts going from farms to Moonwatch, and knowing what waits on you. And as you start walking up to the bar, you hear a familiar couple of voices as Jeremiah sits there at the table, having a morning conversation with Agariel and Soul. Madison does not seem to be present at the moment, and Agariel seems to have a rather nasty scar from the top of his forehead down all the way to his chin. Sits there. Mr. Artium, where's the rest of you?
Well, they'll be coming. They'll be arriving hopefully sometime later today. Hey, you got prettier. What happened there?
Oh, he had a rough run-in. That's great. We made it all right. It was from the bandits. We stopped them, though.
Oh, it's good.
Indeed. Well, sit down. Have some breakfast with us. Your travels must have been exhausting. Is that snow on your shoulder?
Yeah, I just came from Chroma Peak. I can kind of teleport places now. So I just came out of that big tree, and it's freezing up there. I probably just shouldered that caribou skin off, just like right there on the dirt. Like, yeah, this is all, at this point, going from that transition, this is actively keeping me more cold, so just get off of that.
Sort of stiffly hit the ground. Let's get you some coffee or something. And as you sit down at the table with Jeremiah and Agariel and Soul, that's where we'll end tonight's session. Thank you guys for joining me.
One last comment.
Oh, well, yep.
I'm sorry.
Go for it.
We swapped scenes really fast.
Yeah.
Just before I exit the room, like I said, didn't stop watching the doll even as they moved it. And I'm just gonna make one last comment in Carnathy. Just things aren't over between you and me. I'll be dealing with you later. And turn and walk out.
That's where we'll pan out. The airship sailing towards Moonwatch. Hopefully no more fiendish presence in Gandolin. But that's to be seen. Next time on Across Eberron. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you guys for playing with me. I had a blast, as always. Quick reminder on some things before we do raid somebody. We are Hard Knock Dice. We stream every Monday and Saturday. On Mondays, we do Ghost Assault March DM by my homie over here, Gandolin, aka at Figure DOA, aka Ian. So check us out on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then on Saturdays we do this Across Eberron, where we exorcise demons.
Dab on them hoes. You know what I'm saying?
And before we get out of here, again, we have currently paused. We're not done with Extra Life. We have currently paused our Extra Life campaign. We are currently raising money for International Medical Corps, who's doing has some medical aid and some mental health to the Ukraine area where some stuff is going down. So please consider donating whatever you can to that group. It is it's needed. So in the meantime, we will check you guys later. I'm gonna go ahead and raid our friends over at TPK Roleplay. So go say hello to them and show some love. Until next time, bye.